It's ready to go.
Let's do it, yo.
All right, y'all. It's finally time to get down to the bottom of some things. That thing is the GOAT debate, the point guard GOAT debate. Stephen Curry or Magic Johnson. Mars, chill, Ox. It's time to get to the bottom of this once and for all. Who is the GOAT point guard? We have some people joining us here pretty soon. So I want to wait for them to get in here so we can really get into the conversation. In the meantime, though, you guys just stick around for a second. I do want to talk about Johnathan Kuminga right quick and what's going on with his situation. Yeah. Apparently, he has a 2-year, $45 million offer from the Golden State Warriors that he's declining, while the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings are aggressively pursuing him. And I think Phoenix has offered like $70 million.
Interesting. So he's a restricted free agent, right?
Yeah.
So that means whatever another team offers, the Warriors have the choice to offer it or let him go. Okay. That's so Phoenix just offered him what, 4 years, 90 mil?
Nah, I think like 470 or 370, something like that.
Well, the Warriors better not match that. They need to let him be free.
No, yes, it's 90 million over 40 years or over 4 years.
Okay, that's what
including the player option for the Suns.
They need to let that young man go play basketball.
That's what I was about to ask you, Ox. So, I mean, in terms of the bread, all right, I know that the money is very important when it comes to contracts. My question is what's the plan in Golden State for Kuminga? Because Kuminga obviously values himself as a player. Let's forget the bread for a second. Just me on the court as a basketball player. I think he values himself more than what the Golden State Warriors do. What's the plan in Golden State with him?
I don't think there. I mean, well, Steve Kerr did say pretty much like that he wants him to be able to do the dirty work stuff. He wants him to be able to get his hands on loose balls, tip, make extra possessions, long rebounds, running the floor. Steve Kerr said that's what he wants him to do. Like he wants him to be there to amplify what Jimmy, Draymond, and Steph already do. Steve Kerr spoke about that. He said that's what he expects from him. I think Johnathan Kuminga, he should be playing. I don't know. I don't know exactly what if it's. I guess they said it's an IQ situation. I'm not sure, but I think he's a good basketball player, and I don't think him and Steve Kerr are seeing eye to eye. And it's like you're just gonna waste your time over there.
We had a conversation, Ox, not too long ago about what players view themselves. Like players think that they're better than what they are, and coaches don't think that these players are as good. And maybe just them being in a better situation, they could be better players. And I think Johnathan Kuminga, the way Steve Kerr looks at him, Johnathan Kuminga doesn't look at himself like that. Yo, I'm better than a dirty work guy, even though I do the dirty work stuff, right? No question about that. I'll play defense, I'll get in and I'll rebound, but I'm not just going to be relegated to that specific role. Like you could run stuff for me. You could run offense for me. Like you can give me the assignment as a defender. You could do stuff like that for me. I don't want to just be relegated to just being a guy running the floor, just in transition, getting layups and things like that, or I'm just getting what's left. No, I'm better than that. Now, I think the biggest problem that we have with Johnathan Kuminga is when he got on that Golden State team, this was a win-now team. So there really wasn't the margin of error for him was really short. Like he wasn't one of those players that he was in Charlotte or in Washington where we had some time where we can figure out what we can do with him, where we had some time we can figure out where to put him. No, we're trying to win right now. And we got this guy I think they got him in the lottery. So with them getting him in the lottery, he's got to play right now. He didn't pick it up as quick as they would have liked for him to pick it up. And I think that label just stuck with him. I think that's the biggest thing. Fortunately, he has improved. Unfortunately, he's still looked at like, I'm just a dirty work guy, or I'm just a D&3 guy. No, I'm better than that. I'm much better than that. And I'd like to show that.
Yeah, Kuminga got to go somewhere else to hoop. I think he got too much potential to be sitting around going about things the way that Steve Kerr wants him to go about things. So I'm not saying I would never advocate that somebody shouldn't do the dirty work things. Hustle, rebound, run the floor, get loose balls, things like that. I'll never say you shouldn't do that. But he needs to go somewhere where he can like just be let off the leash and just go. Like, we don't know how good Kuminga is. I don't think Kuminga knows how good he is. And it's only one way for us to find out.
He thinks he's better than what he is right now, though, Ron.
I 100% think we all know he's better than that. I'm
better than this. I might not be. I don't know if I'm an all-pro. I don't know if I'm an all-star. I'm better than a rotation player, though. I'm better than that. 100% I'm better than that. But you talk about Ox. You talked about Phoenix. If he gets on that Phoenix crew, does he play in front of Dylan Brooks immediately?
Probably not. I mean, can JK play some power forward? Can they go small?
Yeah.
Or
he for sure.
I mean, I think they could play together. I actually like JK, the energy that JK and Dylan Brooks are bringing together whenever they play together. I don't know what the starting lineup would be. I'm not going to even speculate or pretend like I do know, but I do think that when they're on the floor together, it's just especially like for Dylan Brooks, it's an energy thing for him. Like even I don't know. I know Mars wasn't too happy with Dylan last year. Is that a fair assessment, Mars?
On a scale from 1 to 10, Mars, 10 being extremely happy, 1 being get his ass out of town. Where were you with Dylan Brooks, Mars?
Dylan Brooks was cool. He was a 7. I just think his defensive reputation precedes him at this point, but he's still a good, valuable player. Really valuable player. So, yeah, Dylan Brooks is going to be good in Phoenix, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I've always liked Dylan Brooks. Sometimes I know he gets a little animated. He also sometimes says some things and can't always back it up. But I mean, it's LeBron James, so that's different. But I mean, I like Dylan Brooks' game. I think him and JK would be cool together playing the wings, forward positions or whatever. I mean, Phoenix isn't going to be good even if they get JKs. That's not going to change their franchise around. I think they're still just working on some things, and I think he's a good young piece to build with. So that's a good pickup for him.
And Ox, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here. I think Steve Kerr tried to set up Johnathan Kuminga last year in the playoffs. And what I mean when I say that is he put Johnathan Kuminga in the playoffs and put him in position. Even though Johnathan Kuminga thought he was better and he did perform better, he put him in space where Johnathan Kuminga was set up to fail. Only except Johnathan Kuminga played really well. And with him playing really well, that made it look like, okay, we should be playing him more. But if he didn't play well, it would have been more like, well, we told you he wasn't this good anyway. We told you that this is the other role that he should be in. Him scoring the buckets that he scored, him getting on the glass, him getting to the rim, taking advantage of mismatches. I thought he proved in the playoffs that I should be playing more. Not only should I be playing more, you could run more stuff for me. But I think Steve Kerr did try to set him up.
What's up, gang?
Yo.
Trey in the building was good.
Yeah, what's up, boy?
Man, what's going on?
Hell yeah.
Trey, what's going on? Joe, what's going on? How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm just in the French Riviera right now, man. You see the Spanish windows in the background and shit.
How's life on that side of the world?
Man, it's beautiful right now. I'm doing my little camp, so
Okay.
Hey, what's up with y'all?
Hey, Trey, stop downplaying shit. It's not a little camp. You're in the French Riviera, yo. Stop playing. It's not a little camp, yo. Stop. It's not like you big timing us because you ain't doing that. But stop trying to like downplay it. Like you a big deal, B.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to stun on here.
Shit, yo. And I saw the jump shot and I saw it live in person. That shit is cash. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So let's not act like that J ain't cash. I seen it live and in person.
Right? I'm right on the coast too. I'm right on the coast. You know what I'm saying?
I seen him like fire to Ron ass. Ron couldn't do nothing with him. Nothing. Ron couldn't do nothing with him. So
hey Trey, what's new on that side of the world?
Man, honestly, man, I got my gym out here, so we doing our little camp and all that, and shit, just been going to the beach every day for real. Mm-hmm. Just hooping and going to the beach. Y'all supposed to be out here though.
Yeah, man. Wasn't able to make it this summer.
Hey, don't put me on don't invite me to the French. You might not never see me again. You had me in the French.
That's why I'm over here. Y'all might not see me in the States again either.
Y'all might not never see me again. I'm just saying. Joe, what up, brother? I ain't see you come in, Joe. What's up, my man?
I'm doing good. Somebody's washing windows by my window right now, so I'm trying to keep it quiet.
All right.
Yeah, y'all. Well, before we jump into the GOAT debate, the GOAT point guard debate, Mars, Where would you like to see Johnathan Kuminga though?
Phoenix.
You think that's his
Why
best
does he-
destination, or that's just where you would like to see him?
Both. I'm gonna be watching Phoenix, so seeing Johnathan Kuminga will be entertaining. I also think it's a team that has the avenues to give him the opportunity he's seeking. And I think his skill set will be valued in Phoenix. I think he's a talented player, like Ox and Chill and you have said. I just don't think he fitted in Golden State. And sometimes that happens. It's the NBA is a league where talent doesn't get you everywhere you want to go. And some teams need your skill set, some teams don't. Some teams make accommodations for your skill set, some teams don't. I think Phoenix are in a position where they're going to need what Johnathan Kuminga can provide, which is speed, athleticism, the ability to play off the ball, whether that's cuts, being that vertical threat, and then also giving him the opportunity he wants, which is the opportunity to get those isolations from time to time, get out in transition more. Like I think it's a fit for both teams, and I think that's why Phoenix are pursuing him as heavily as they are. But yeah, but if I'm Johnathan Kuminga, I'd bet on myself before I take 4 years, 90 million. But I also understand.
When you say bet on yourself, Mark, you mean play this last year out in Golden State?
Yes. But I also understand that that's a risk.
How much is that, Morris? This last
his qualifying
It's still
offer
his
or
rook
whatever they
deal.
give him?
It's
still his
7.9
rook
million.
deal.
Yeah.
It's still in his rook deal.
So I understand. Like, I'm not saying he should. Like, I'm Johnathan Kuminga. Don't take financial advice from me. I'm just saying, with that level of talent, do you want to be tied down to a 4 years, 90 million, and then you're making what you deem to be less than your worth after 3 years? But that's also risky because if you don't play like you're worth it, then next year you're only making 12 million, and it's like, oh well, you failed. So I don't know. It's risky, but I don't know. Maybe I said that a bit too hastily, but yeah. But Phoenix, yeah. That's my answer.
Mars, I'm not too mad at that. The only thing, like with Johnathan Kuminga, because I think we all know Johnathan Kuminga is worth around a 4 year, $90 million contract is still for Johnathan Kuminga.
You get him on the cheap. Yes, you do. That's a fact.
You get him on the cheap relative to his potential and what he could be worth. I'm just saying, Ox, the only reason why I wouldn't take that 7.9 million and then bet on myself is because Steve Kerr is a hater. He is a Johnathan Kuminga hater.
There. That's it right there.
Right. That's why Ron. That alone right there makes this is not even a thought. It's not even a thought. We talking $22 million a year, bro. Go get that money. You're securing your future. You're securing 4 years. 20. Y'all, I know sometimes we forget because we talk about NBA players and all this money. $22 million a year securing your future. You get that for 4 years. Your future is secure. You go take that money. Damn that $7 million. Don't even think about that. You go get that money. You get 4 years on the team, a team that doesn't have high expectations in the Suns. You're going to be able to play more minutes. You know what I'm saying? The Suns aren't expected to make the playoffs. That is betting on yourself. That's betting on yourself and securing you and your family's future. Take financial advice from me, JK. I know Mars said don't do it. Take financial.
Yeah, take Ox is the best. Yeah,
go
sure.
get that money.
Yeah.
That's you're good. You're good. And you're still
See
super
that?
young. You got time for another one. You
That shit opened up the whole ring conversation versus the money conversation. I'm glad you're saying that, Ox. Like, people need to get that bread. Like, you know,
ain't no guarantee that it's always gonna be there.
You know, because at one point in time, Lamar Odom was selling his rings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, we ain't doing that, Trey. Nah, we're not doing that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get that money when it comes to this basketball, because, like you said, it never, you know, it ain't no telling. So I agree with you, Ox. You gotta get that money.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, plus, I don't think. Do y'all think the Warriors would match that?
No.
90?
Okay.
No, I don't think that they would.
Bro, and to your point, Ron, like Steve Kerr is not making Johnathan Kuminga a priority to where he can shine. Like you mess around and stay there, you might not get this opportunity again to sign a decent sized contract. Ain't no telling how this year go. And we are talking sports. You know, people get hurt.
Nah, for sure. And then, I mean, speaking on even just a better case scenario, obviously you go to the Suns, play 4 years there. He only 22. He gonna be 26 when he come off this contract. Like,
well, wait a minute, Ron. Am I gonna be 26? Because I could have this 4 year deal. It could be an opt after 3, right? I could have a player opt in year 4 and end up coming off the books after 3 years. I'm 25 years old, and I still got a bunch of years ahead of me. And to your point, if I end up rocking in Phoenix in these 3 years, I don't know. I end up being an all-star over the next 3 years. Phoenix ends up making the playoffs in one of these years. And I turn into one of the better small forward power forwards in the game. Now I'm really setting myself up for a payday. But to Ox's point, that's still of that 90 million. I mean, 3 years of it, I'm not leaving $60 million, $70 million on the table. No, I'm not doing that. I'll definitely take that with me, no doubt. And after 3 years, we could re-up to another 170 million, another 180 million. And then after that, I mean, we can do whatever we want.
All right, well, it's been great talking about Johnathan Kuminga, the Suns, and also the Kings are a team that he potentially can go to. But damn all that. Y'all know why we here. Y'all know
here, Ron. What's going on? What's going on, Ron?
Chill, yesterday you made a proclamation. You said, I need to get down to the bottom of this GOAT debate between Magic Johnson and Steph Curry. And you were like, I would like to talk about this sometime this summer. I said, hold on, chill. Hold on. Why wait till later on in the summer when tomorrow we can get into this conversation?
Oh, all right.
So here we are right now. Magic Johnson, Steph Curry. Chill. I'm gonna let you kick things off because you was the one that wanted to get into it. So what do you want to talk about?
The reason why I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to have a serious conversation about Steph Curry and Magic Johnson. I wanted to have a serious
no trolling.
No, we ain't doing none of that today. Nah, I wanted to have a serious conversation about Magic Johnson and Steph Curry today.
You hear that? Why? Just making sure now, Mars.
The reason why I want to do that, Ron, is because I hear a whole bunch of different things about Steph Curry. He's a top 5 player all time. He's a top 3 player. He's better than Jordan. And I'm thinking to myself, who is Steph Curry? Who is Magic Johnson? What are these guys about? Right? We can talk about the accolades from these guys. If I bring up the accolades, Magic could say, all right, I got more league MVPs than you. I got more finals MVPs than you. I got more NBA championships than you. I got more first team all pros than you. Okay, fine. That's that. Now, if you look at that on the surface, you go, wow, he was fantastic. But if I look at what Curry did, the greatest shooter of all time, 4 NBA championships, wasn't touted coming into the league to turn into what he turned into. He turned into a generational player. He didn't come into the league with generational talent. What I'm thinking about with these two guys is I'm thinking about the point guard position, how Magic Johnson played the point guard position, how Steph Curry played the point guard position, and how the system allowed these two guys to flourish within that system, right? Within that system and to be the kind of players that they are today. So Magic, for example, Magic gets on this Laker team. He's got Jabbar. They start off playing fast and they start playing slow again. And then they start playing fast, which is a testament to Magic's game. Jabbar actually enhances Magic's games. He gets James Worthy. And all of this stuff helps Magic out. Magic becomes a better passer. Magic becomes a better floor general. Magic becomes a better point guard. But then he has what happened in 1984. Maybe he's not as good as we think he is. Maybe he does have to get better as a point guard. Maybe he does need to be a better scorer, a better mid-range shooter, better decision maker, getting downhill, getting to the rim, being better at the free throw line, being smarter. He needs to do that better. Well, it turns out he does it. And he's the consummate lead guard, right? Where he's getting off the ball. He knows exactly how to get James Worthy the ball. He knows exactly where to get Michael Cooper the basketball when he's running in transition. He knows exactly how to do that stuff. And then he turns into the best player in the game at some point. Not just the best point guard, the best player in the game at one point. Then I look at Steph Curry, and then I look at the system that he played in also, which enhanced his game. But Steph played a lot off the basketball. Mars, you brought up something really interesting to me yesterday, and I didn't even know this, that he played more off the basketball last year than Anthony Edwards, who actually plays the 2 guard. I was actually blown away by that. Like, wow, he plays more off the ball than him. But I'm thinking to myself, the system that he played in, how much it enhanced his game because of Steph Curry's athleticism, his ability to shoot the basketball, his ability to move without the ball, his ability to catch and shoot, particularly in transition at the break, and stretch the defense and change the game completely from what it was and enhance the game completely from what it was. So when I put these two guys together, I think that Magic's game was completely different than what Steph Curry's game is, not just as a point guard, but as a basketball player. That's why I want to have a serious conversation about these two.
I'm gonna ask: Are we gonna get caught up on the definition of point guard thing today?
No,
Like,
we're not doing that.
Are you
The real
big
why.
on the fact that because you brought up that Curry plays off the ball a lot, right? And then you brought up the fact that Magic Johnson is a consummate, point guard, getting his teammates involved, getting them in position, and things of that nature. So I'm asking, do you think that in and of itself, just the play style, inherently makes Magic a better point guard?
Absolutely.
For you, yes. Okay.
Steph's not a better point guard because he's not a point guard. He's shooting that thing. Like, he's not a point guard.
Which is fair. And also, real talk.
He ain't a point guard. No matter what they put in the category as PG, he ain't no point guard. Like
that's why I'm having a difficult time with these two guys as players. Like why are we talking about?
Why are we even making this? It's hard for me to even make the comparison because we could talk traditional, we could talk about scoring point guards, this, that, and the other. But Steph Curry is not a point guard. Period. He almost like Reggie Miller in combination with AI, but can shoot. Both two guards.
What's the definition of point guard?
But see, that's the thing, real talk.
No, I'm just. We have 3 hours to discuss this, Mars. You know what I'm saying? We got to get.
You know how many 3 hours we've used to discuss this already?
Hey, man. Nuance. New conversation.
It's changed though. Like obviously the 80s and the 2010s, 2020s. You see the point guards running around today. Jalen Brunson, SGA, like John Morant. Right. These guys are shoot first point guards. Like it's kind of the trace point. Like we got shooting guards playing point guard.
That's right. So it's hard to even talk about this comparison when we talk because we can't do the awards thing. That's not we can't do the resume thing. We can't do because
why can't we do that?
So Magic got it there.
Well, I mean, it's a combination of both.
See, I'm trying to make it fair. Magic got it there. It ain't a combination of both. Magic got it. He got the awards. He got the legacy. He got the bigger wins. Magic got it.
Where I'm at with this is, regardless of pigeonholing a player into a name position, he is listed as a point guard. Who is the better player that plays the point guard position, the Steph Curry or Magic Johnson? Steph Curry is the better player. I think it's point blank, period. When you measure these two players, you're measuring them based off the value they bring offensively. And no matter how it looks with Steph playing off the ball, he is the engine of the Warriors offense. They run everything through him. Magic Johnson didn't bring much defensive value. You can say the same thing for Steph. So I'm measuring these two as offensive engines and who is a better offensive engine. And I think Steph Curry is arguably the best offensive engine in the history of the NBA because his presence alone always forces defenses to play 4-on-3. And that's not something that I think Magic, because of the lack of shooting, that Steph clearly is the best shooter ever at. I think that alone is a big reason why Steph Curry is just a better offensive player. He creates more advantages on offense than Magic Johnson without having to play the point guard position traditionally.
Now, would that be largely due to who Steph was running with, just like who Magic was running with, right? But with Magic, Jabbar needed Magic to make plays for him to get him the basketball. It wasn't like Jabbar could just go get it, right? James Worthy needed Magic to get him involved in the offense, right? Michael Cooper, Byron Scott, AC Green, as good as these guys were individually, they needed Magic to get them involved in the offense. And Magic wasn't just relegated to being a distributor, even though at that time he was the best distributor in the game. That includes John Stockton, that includes Isaiah Thomas, that includes Mark Price, that includes Dennis Johnson. He was the best distributor in the game. But with Magic's ability to get downhill, to get to the rim, to play in transition, to actually knock down a mid-range shot, to knock down a three, not with the regularity that not with the regularity that Steph Curry did, but be able to do those things. In addition to being able to get these other guys involved, Joe, how can you say that offensively he was more of an engine than Steph Curry? I mean, Steph Curry was more of an offensive engine than Magic.
Yeah, I'm about to hurt your feelings with this one, man. Because at first I used to agree with you with the Magic Johnson, Steph Curry debate about Magic being better, but after the Olympics, like Magic he's not an anomaly no more. Like in the NBA now, Steph Curry, the LeBrons, the KDs, like they just on a whole nother level. Like that's why we can't even have this. I agree with you with this offensive engine stuff. Like Steph Curry, to me, and I'm not even really a big Steph Curry fan, is one of the most unbelievable players I ever seen in my life. Like, especially because I was here for the Olympics. He's one of the most. It was almost like a joke for him. For Magic, it ain't like that. Like,
So
I'm sorry.
Do you have Steph better?
As a better player, absolutely. As a better
But
point
you
guard,
have Magic a better point guard.
Yeah, but as a better player, Steph. I mean, to me, even at this point, Steph might even be in my top 3.
Let me ask you this.
I don't see how the Olympics can sway that. Like
that's what I'm saying. Because it wasn't like he was awesome in the Olympics.
He wasn't. Right. Yeah. Right. He wasn't.
He was not awesome in the Olympics. He wasn't.
KD and Bron both outplayed Steph for the whole Olympics.
Yeah, but I'm saying
there was big games by Steph for sure. But you roll Steph Curry out there with Kevin Durant and LeBron James and all them players, like that's not really. That's really showing it for me.
I'm saying that in addition with Steph's already his ability to play.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the way he be letting that thing go,
That's what I was about to ask you, Trey.
You know,
that part right there. What's the separator with Steph Curry and Magic, in your opinion, in terms of players? Where is the separation?
It's what my man
jump
said.
Shot?
Yeah, like he an offensive engine, like he a machine. Like you have
is he an offensive engine or is just a shooter? Because when I think about an offensive engine, I think about a dude that's doing
chill.
No, that's a valid question.
Every time I hear you talk about
that's a valid question.
The shooter a valid question. What part of is Steph just a shooter a valid question? That's not a valid question.
He said, is he an engine?
Or is he just the shooter? That's what he said. Is Steph a shooter? Is Steph an engine or is he just a shooter?
The shooting is why he gets as much defensive attention.
Me and you was on the same side with this one. Like
it's everything about how he plays off the ball. Whenever his teammates set screens for him, there's 2 eyes occupied on him at all times, if not multiple eyes. I feel like whenever Steph Curry is on offense, every single person on defense's eyes are on Steph Curry, always trying to make sure where he's at. And the shooting opens all of that up, but that is constant motion that you always have to be guarding. And I think that's the difference between him and Magic, where Magic is more so you are having your eyes on him because he's having the ball and he's driving and he's penetrating. With Steph, it looks a lot different, but the effect, or I should say the goal, is the same. And I feel like with Steph, there's more advantages created with that.
Now,
the thing is, we can't act like Magic couldn't put the ball in the basket, y'all. Let's not devalue Magic getting down.
No, absolutely.
And putting the ball in the basket, Magic in the mid range. Let's just not devalue that, right? But also, when Magic has the ball, everybody else. Come on, bro. We can't. I mean, Steph in transition too, though. Steph in transition is you have to find like Steph is changing the way the floor is based on where he's at in transition, just like he is at half court. So I got to give Steph the same thing right there in transition. But Magic is like when he has the ball, he's dangerous, but everybody else is dangerous too. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's open for Magic. He knows how to get everybody the ball. Even when he's off the ball, he's already surveying the floor. Like as soon as I get it from this angle, I got angles right here. Magic's already thinking ahead, making sure that everybody on the court is dangerous. So it's just kind of like, what do you value with these two? And this is really hard for me. I'm coming around more to Steph Curry being in this conversation, and it's really difficult because y'all know how I feel about Steph. I think he's super dangerous with the 3. He has a tool, a skill that nobody has, and to the level of that. So.
But it's the same thing with Magic. Like we've never seen a passer like Magic, and I don't know if we ever will. Like
True.
LeBron is dope as a passer. Jokic is dope as a passer. God forbid I say John Stockton, but Chris Paul. We've seen a lot of great passers. Mm-hmm. We ain't seen another Magic Johnson. The way Steph Curry's shooting is over everybody is the way Magic Johnson's passing as a 6'8" gazelle is over everybody.
Yeah, but a 3 ball.
That's where the separator is, Trey. See, that's
what it, because that when you shooting that 3 ball from that far, you spreading the floor. So even a bit like a pass is a pass at the end of the day. It don't matter if you he. Like, and I'm a Michigan guy. Magic is one of my favorite players of all time. But now we're talking basketball. Shooting from that far spreads the floor. And then on the other side, if he miss it, it's going to be a long rebound. You're going to have somebody in the middle who's going to get that offensive board and finish it themselves, or he might get a second shot. Like, that's the offense. That's the beauty in Steph Curry, is that his offense spreads the floor rather than going downhill like SGA or having to penetrate and kick. Like, for Steph Curry, he don't even have to penetrate and kick. His miss is the penetration and kick.
The thing
like
I saw about
2-on-1.
Absolutely, Trey. That part I won't argue. But the thing that I saw about Curry, it was the 2017 finals when I saw his ability to involve himself in other aspects of the game. He almost averaged a triple-double in the finals, right? But he averaged double-figure. I think he averaged double-figure rebounds and almost averaged double-figure assists, right? And I could get with that part of Steph Curry game. But when I listen to Joe tell me about what Steph Curry is off the basketball and the advantages that he creates off the basketball, like the same thing that you guys tell me about Magic playing with Jabbar, I could use that same logic with Steph Curry running with Klay Thompson. Like, to have a shooter like that, and to have a shooter like that, a guy running with you that can shoot the basketball like that. I mean, we saw this dude have 60 points on 12 dribbles. A guy with nothing but a flamer, and I got this dude running with me. So as much of an advantage as
No, real talk.
Because
I want to have a respectful conversation. I really do. But the man brought up Klay Thompson. What are we doing right now?
If you're the best shooter in the league and you have the second best shooter in the league with you,
I got it.
And Ox, not only the best shooter in the league with the second best shooter in a league where this is prevalent. Like, as opposed to like when Magic was running with Jabbar, I'm running in a league with big men, right? I'm running in a big man league, and I got the best big man. Okay, well, I'm running in the league with shooters. I'm the best shooter, and I got the second best shooter in the league running with me. So when I listen to Joe tell me, when I listen to Joe tell me about the advantages that Steph Curry created for himself, I can't leave out Klay Thompson running with him, and the advantages also, one that he created for Klay Thompson, and the advantages that Klay Thompson created for him. I can't leave that out. I'd like to think that that's very important.
Who had better offensive teammates?
Very important.
Magic Johnson or Steph Curry?
This is a real question.
Magic Johnson.
It is a real question. It is a real question.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this, because I'd like to counter that question, because I think Magic had better offensive players, right? I think Magic had better
and defensive players.
And I think he had better offensive players, and I think Magic enhanced those guys as better offensive players. Can I say that Curry enhanced those guys offensively as much as Magic did?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Nobody expected Klay.
He made Draymond Green viable offensely.
No, nobody.
I thought Draymond made him viable.
We got to realize that what Steph Curry provides on a possession-to-possession basis, there are plenty of years throughout his prime where the Warriors are leading the league in layup and dunks, and I think wide open threes generated. That is mainly due to Steph Curry.
No, see,
yes, it is. You have to extend your defense so far. You have to blitz them damn near every time.
I'll give Steph his credit.
And then you go to slip pass to Draymond. He's operating in 4-on-3, and then Draymond
but
gets
real talk, Steph
pass,
isn't the
he
only
gets a
one
kick
that's
out to the
getting that
corner.
off.
All of that is because of Steph.
No, it's not all because of Steph.
Ron, I was going to ask about.
I'll give Steph his credit, but to Ox and Chill's point, Klay Thompson, a lot of that's because of Klay Thompson too, and then also too, Kevin Durant was over there. Some of that was.
But what about 2021 though?
Andre Iguodala, he was able to create cuts
we slow walk
and beat cutting and all of that stuff. All of those guys.
Magic.
I want to say.
I just don't think that was fair.
I want to say this as well.
On paper,
this idea that like, Chill, you start talking about Steph Curry like he's JJ Redick. I don't understand.
That's how I come off on Miles.
There are years, there's Curry in 13, 14, 15, where he's being pretty much a standard point guard that you're looking for. He's on the ball a lot. He's playing a lot in pick and roll, and he's still the best or second best because LeBron and KD's in the league. Top 3 offensive player in the league, hands down. He was still that even when he was on the ball. Then, yes, as Swiper was about to bring up, the 21 year where he's on the ball a lot, and he was the best offensive player in the league that year, and he had another MVP caliber season. So he has the ability to be on the ball. He has the ability. Steph Curry's also a really good passer. I don't want to leave that out too. He's a really good passer. He's really good off the dribble. He can get into the lane. He's one of the best under the rim finishers we've ever seen as well, skill wise. He also early on was shooting mid-range pull-ups. And I also want to counter the idea of the traditional point guard, because that gets you bring that up about Steph. I guess it's because of play style, but being 6'9" and playing point guard isn't traditional either.
And also just to bring up the year, I think that 21 year, because what I did hear earlier is that we're giving him Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant credit for Steph Curry. I think that's legitimate. I don't think that's a bad argument, but I'm saying we saw prime Steph Curry without both of those players in 2021, and that was the season he played 63 games without Klay Thompson. He averaged 35, 6, and 5. But remember that year he shot 57 from 2. 42 from 3 on 13 attempts.
And he was coming off an injury too. He had broke his hand.
13 attempts that year. Yes. And he was a +8. Like,
hey, but Swiper
true shooting. And then go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish your point, because I'm a.
Well, I was just saying that, like, we've seen Steph have the best offense in the sport. Even, I think him or Jokic that year, there's an argument for either or. Like, for me, I really don't care. Like, Mars thinks he was the best player in the world that year. I think there's a great argument for it. In April of 2021 that year, y'all, he was averaging 36 a game on like 69, and he was taking like 14 threes a game, making almost 45-50% of them. So I think some of this stuff with Steph for me is like, when he was in this prime chill, I think the thing that takes away from Steph a little bit in terms of narrative is that he did have the best team in basketball, which I don't think is a bad thing. I just think that is a part of like the story with Steph. I don't think in a vacuum he was like LeBron. But I do think if Steph Curry gets undermined a little bit because of how prolific he is as the three-point shooter, and I think because of the fact that he does play with KD and Draymond and Klay Thompson and Harrison Barnes at the point and all that stuff, I think that takes away from the individual greatness. Because even that year, Steph Curry was also the best isolation player in basketball, like going away that season. Sure. And I think in 2021, that was probably I think the standalone individual year, what Steph Curry would look like as a predominantly on-ball player. And I think him being able to maintain the level of scoring he did while being the most efficient scorer in the NBA that year, I think that also says about, like, there's a level that Steph could have gone to as an individual player if he didn't have the situation around him. If he was just in a regular, stabilized, like, superstar team. I think Steph Curry is like...
we did see that, though. Like, they built that unit. They built that unit where we saw what he was turning into in 2016, where he had the unanimous league season and how awesome he was. No doubt about that. But to Real Talk's point, which I'd like to rebut, Real Talk, when you talked about him being like you said, 13, 14, when he was playing at that spot, at the lead guard spot, was he ever better than Magic at that point doing that?
Doing what?
No, he's saying playing more on the ball. I do believe that. Well, number one, I don't think we have reached peak Steph Curry yet.
Okay. Now, stay right there. Stay right there, Real Talk.
But I will say this, Chill. Maybe he doesn't surpass Magic Johnson as strictly or more so of an on-ball guard. But then I would counter and just say that. But you're taking away, like, you wouldn't tell LeBron not to go downhill. Like, you know, like telling Steph Curry not to be the greatest off-ball player ever, to me, is a detriment. That wouldn't make sense for me offensively as a team.
Which is where I was going with it. Real quick, Ron. Which is where I was going with this Real Talk, because when we saw Steph Curry, prime Steph Curry, peak Steph Curry, offense changed. That's when the system changed, right? There was more ball movement. He was playing more off the ball, where he was even more awesome. Magic always stayed on the ball. And with Magic staying on the ball, he became even more awesome than what he already was in 82, in 84, in 85 on the basketball as a lead guard. I'm not saying that Curry on the basketball wasn't awesome. I'm not saying Curry on the basketball wasn't a great distributor or and contributed to the game. But even more awesome was Curry when the system changed, when the offense changed.
Because of Steph.
So I just think that Steph Curry is so much better as a scorer than Magic Johnson that he could have stayed on the ball and still had a pretty great argument for being better than him. I think the fact that you mixed that he's the best off-ball player ever, and then on the ball, when we saw him, he was still elite. I remember his breakout game against the Knicks when he dropped 50 in the 2012-2013 season. Like, that is how Steph Curry, when he broke out on the ball with Mark Jackson, and was looking like on a consistent basis. So, like, I think the combination of those two skills enhances Steph's case. And I'm not disregarding the role that his teammates in his system played. Steve Kerr's offense, Klay Thompson's gravity, Draymond Green's passing, decision-making, and IQ. But Draymond Green has been able to be so successful in a short role because of all the doubles that Steph Curry is drawing that then gives Draymond these mismatches, these 2-on-1 opportunities, getting to the basket and making the right read. So
can I say the same thing, Joe, about the other guys? Like, can I say the same thing about AC Green? How much better is AC Green playing with Magic Johnson as a
There's no doubt
player?
about that. But
how much better is James Worthy playing with Magic Johnson as a one-on-one
we
player?
We can't say James Worthy because James Worthy was already a superstar.
He was already nice. But how much better did Magic make him though? That's the point. Just like Klay Thompson. How much better did Steph make Klay Thompson?
None of us in this basketball world, especially with me working with the NBA, expected Klay or Draymond to be what they are. Now maybe they did, but we knew James Worthy was going to be nice. We already saw Kareem. Like, and again,
he was a number one pick.
I'm a Magic guy. Like, but now as I'm seeing Steph, like, I changed my mind about Steph. Like, Steph is really incredible, man. Like, the way he
was fantastic.
And to add to that point, I say, like, even with all the credit that you want to give the supporting cast and the system, we have routinely seen almost every season of Steph Curry's career, when he is off the court, the offense drops to one of the worst offenses in the league. I'm not talking about the Kevin Durant years, but especially over the last 5 years, when Steph Curry has not been on the court, they have been the worst offense in the league.
If you put Magic with Draymond, they ain't winning. If you put Magic with
worst
Draymond,
offense in the league,
Thompson,
I don't know. Have they been that bad?
The swings with him on and off are pretty drastic.
I mean, because there's a difference between being the worst offense in the league and being bad, right? Because Denver wasn't that good with Joker off.
No, but like that's not how you do it though. So like when you do on off, no one's going to drop worse than Denver. But the on off is relative to when he's off league wide. They're the worst offense. Like the same thing with SGA. When SGA was off the floor, they were a bottom 5 offense last year. But it doesn't mean that like the swing is as big as Jokic. It's just this is what the team looks like when they're not on the floor. And I think without Steph Curry, they've been an abysmal team. They're just not the same. But I think that speaks to not just the scheme they build around Steph, but I just think actually, if anything, Chill, I think that makes your argument for Steph. We'll get to this later. I used to be on your side, Chill, with the Magic thing until last year. That changed. There's a lot that changed for me with Steph. But the issue is, I think, Chill, is not just the scheme stuff. I would even say Golden State got complacent with not giving Steph more help over the last several seasons because of how good he was. And they, in their mind, were like, well, we're going to be really good when he's on the floor anyway. We just have to find a way to kind of mitigate some of these weaknesses by having a younger personnel around him, not having a real number 2 option. And that's when the Lauri Markkanen trade stuff happened. And I think that when you get Jimmy Butler, like, I think that is like a testament to like also to Steph. Jimmy all of a sudden goes back to being, I think, a late prime version of Jimmy. Yeah. And then they end up going 23-5, I think, in the last 28 games with Jimmy Butler. And I think that just kind of, for me, shows if you give him adequate help, even at age 37, Steph Curry can create one of the best teams in basketball, not by himself, because no one can do it by himself, but with Jimmy, with Draymond, with Pods, Moses Moody, Johnathan Kuminga. They just transcended to another level where you can make an argument for a run. They were the 3rd or 2nd best team in the Western Conference. And then when you get into the playoffs, he was cooking the Houston Rockets. And then he had, I think, a little bit of an injury. And then the last 2 games to close out the series in games 5 and 6, I think he struggled. I think he had 2, I believe, games in the teens. So, like, we're talking about 37-year-old Steph for me still being maybe one of the 4 most transformative players in the NBA. Like, there's a longevity to Steph's prime and greatness, Ox, that I think has kind of swayed me a little bit towards Steph.
Yeah, right. I can agree with that for sure. I was, if you remember a couple seasons ago, I was on board like Steph need to go. They need to go ahead and trade Steph for Steph's sake and their sake, because I didn't think Steph was done, and I still don't think he's done. But I was saying it last year too, Swipe. If Steph has a competent basketball team around him, he's going to be great. And but what I was thinking when you were saying that though, it's like you got to remember Magic went out on top, like you know what I'm saying? And I know we can't speculate what the next 5, 7, 8 years would have been. I know we can't do that. But when we lost Magic, he was still nasty.
He was the runner-up MVP that year.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Losing the championship to Jay.
He was still like that. So, you know, and I know I can't argue for what Magic could have been. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. You know,
it's tough to say because like Magic and Jordan, you know, all that time of players, Isaiah Thomas, they was on a high level. It was high level basketball. But as I'm starting to see basketball now, the KDs, the LeBrons, the Stephs, the Kawhi Leonards, is just another level. Because it's almost like they mix with the old school players. It's just another level, man. Like, and seeing the Olympics and seeing them work together. I know you can't really, because they playing, you know, other players, but it's just seeing them. It's just another level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what LeBron is. LeBron is like an evolved Magic Johnson because he can pass, but then he can dunk, then he can go downhill. Like, it's just another level. Like, Steph Curry is like this evolved Reggie Miller, but who also can pass, who can score. It's like, the newer players are just, I'm sorry, just
it's a better version of them.
Yeah,
it's a better version of the older, a better version of the older.
I used to be
players.
on the old school 80s, 90s. I used to be on that tip too. But then as I'm just watching basketball, like again, like Steph Curry's 3 is the thing. It's better than Magic's passes because at the end of the day, when Magic come down, I love Magic. I'm gonna say it again. But when he come downhill, he got to make a decision. Steph just letting it go. You know how much time you take off the clock when you just start, like when you got to come downhill and you got to pass it and stuff. And then let's say if they don't convert. But Steph, most of the time he going to convert. And even if he miss it, it's going to be an offensive rebound. He might get a second chance. If he don't, somebody else going to finish.
Well, that's something we haven't spoken about much of either, though. Is Magic Johnson's ability to rebound, both defensive rebounds and offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a big game changer too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
not a traditional thing a point guard is doing though.
Well,
real talk.
I think that adds to its value.
I hear you with that, but like we
not
doing.
I'm not saying that to take away from Matt. Obviously, I know that's added, but I'm number one. I'm going to continue to challenge this theory of the traditional point guard thing, and then giving that to Magic, who's 6'9" and can't guard the point guard.
No, but Magic is a traditional point guard. He is a traditional.
His play style is traditional. Maybe his physical traits are untraditional.
So point guards were just posting up.
Well, then real talk though. That adds even more to him. That makes him a unicorn. He a unicorn point
John
guard.
Stockton and Isaiah Thomas were posting up.
No, they didn't add that.
They were running pick and roll, and they were able to come off pick and pull up. From 15, 16, that wasn't Magic.
But we can all agree on it.
What's doing that though?
Hey, chill. That's the one thing. They won't give Magic credit for his one dribble pull up. Like Magic wasn't coming with that.
Was going on.
Magic was coming off pick and rolls. The big sagging off, he taking one dribble.
When Steph does that, he's not traditional. He's scoring.
No, see that's what the
I thought he wasn't doing the traditional thing anyway. I thought he was.
Let's do the traditional thing, Ox. And here's why I'm saying that.
None of them, neither one of them are technically traditional point guards. So if we're gonna do that, then we're not gonna get nowhere in this conversation. We just gonna keep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep talking about who wasn't traditional.
But you would make an argument that Chris Paul's a better traditional point guard than Steph.
I think you can make an argument that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, then it gets a little muddy. I'm saying if we start,
is more of a traditional point guard than Steph.
Yeah,
I'm in the minority. I never really wanted to put Steph in the point guard conversation.
In the point guard conversation,
because I don't think he's that.
I don't think that either.
Which is why we had to have this conversation
in this era, Chill, or you're saying historically?
Just historically, but here's the thing. But because the game has evolved and we live in the era of Steve Francis. Let's see, Steve Francis, Gilbert Arenas, Baron Davis, 20
Penny
years
Hardaway
ago.
Was in the 90s too.
That's the point guard today, the scoring lead guard, the guy
Pete Maravich
who's
played
a
point
bucket
guard.
getter. But
he was the lead ball handler.
Yeah, but it
He's an
depends who
elite
playing
ball
next because
handler.
like Lou Hudson was a point guard, so like it depends. But
So chill.
just
What
thinking-
is he then to you?
What
a vibe,
I
he's a good
What is
vibe, man.
Steph to you?
Steph is he's just a guard more than like Jerry West, like James Harden, like Allen Iverson. That's the space that I put him in. I don't put him in the space with Stockton and Isaiah, but you guys put him in there, which would explain why I wanted to have this conversation about Steph and Magic, because Mars just brought up, Steph comes off screens in the mid-range and he's able to knock down a mid-range jump shot, but he's not really a traditional point guard. I mean, we talk about Magic shooting, but we're comparing him to Steph. No, those two things are like this. They're not even close to the same thing.
But shit,
even
like
though
nobody's
Magic
comparing
can
that
do
though. The thing about it is Magic was able to do that, and he doesn't get the credit for being able to do that. He
Well,
doesn't
see,
get the
that's the thing,
credit.
Ron.
He doesn't get the credit for the jump hooks he was coming with. He doesn't get credit for his post game. Obviously, we all know he's a fast break demon. Like we all know that, but he doesn't get credit for getting downhill in the half court. He doesn't get credit for anything that he does in the half court, including the passing. It's a reason Magic won back-to-back MVPs, averaging in the late 80s, averaging 23 and 13. That's because Magic was diced. That was all.
Yes,
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying
traditionally. So.
yeah, I'm not saying that to take away from Steph. I'm saying what Magic did, and I'm saying like the reason why he was able to do that, it wasn't all transition. Like Magic was getting it in the half court. Magic was attracting double teams because people were scared of his scoring ability and dumping it off to open people. Magic was picking apart defenses.
For whatever reason, they were. You're right about
Magic became like a 90% free throw shooter too. Shout out to Magic, man.
Look, he had a spot three. Later on, he had a little spot three. He could shoot. Look, I don't want to make it seem like I don't know the other aspects of Magic's game. I do know him and I recognize him. I think y'all undersell the other aspects of Steph's game. Right? Because
how can we do that? Real talk. How can we undersell
shooting?
Because you kind of narrowed him to 3-point.
Because you asked if Steph's an offensive engine or if he's just a shooter. Because that was the question you asked about 20 minutes ago. That's how you undersold it.
I'm not underselling him.
You asked if he was an offensive engine.
That's absolutely underselling it. That's absolutely underselling.
No, I'm not. Because
if I say is Magic Johnson really an offensive engine or is he just a passer? That's underselling Magic Johnson. It's the exact same thing. That's what you did. You undersold it.
No, it's not the same thing.
It's the exact
why is it not? Wait, hold on, Mark. Why would me asking Steph Curry, is he an offensive engine or is he a shooter, or if Magic Johnson offensive engine, or is he a passer or just a shooter? Why would those two things not to be the same in terms of selling their offensive value?
Because Magic did other things that were highlighted. What do we talk about with Steph Curry primarily as a basketball?
You undersell him by not highlighting the other things.
I'm not underselling him. I'm not underselling him.
The fact that only Steph shooting is highlighted is you underselling him.
The point once again, the point that Joe was making was Steph Curry playing off the ball, Steph Curry coming off screens, Steph Curry attracting attention when he's off the basketball, Steph Curry when he gets the basketball. What is he doing? Shooting the basketball. We don't talk about Steph Curry as a rebounder. We don't talk, and I'm not underselling that because I know how good Steph Curry is.
Yeah.
But because he's so good at all of that because he's so good at this one thing, we don't talk about it. I don't undersell it. I know how good he is at that stuff, but he's highlighted as a shooter.
Too many people put Steph in almost like a Floyd Mayweather situation. Like, oh yeah, he got the ultimate defense, and that's all he got. Just like Steph Curry, all he can do is shoot. But Steph do a lot of great stuff, just like Floyd.
Yeah,
like they put him in
absolutely.
Yeah,
the
Steph
2017 finals for me.
I'm not gonna say Steph got the best defense,
showed it for me,
especially one-on-one defense. But he do play some decent help side. Right. He can pass. He makes great decisions when he does shoot. He does get a lot of people. Like he does a lot of great stuff.
But Steph Curry's off the ball value is just as much about his teammates scoring like towards the rim as it is like creating 3-pointers for himself, though.
Right.
I think that's the point. Like him off ball. The reason why that is what it is because when he's off ball, you have to send two at him, like just on basic actions. And what happens is you create mismatches in the court mapping for the defense. They panic either upside, like top side on the 3-point line, or they panic from the corner, or they panic and they just leave somebody open wide at the rim. So like a lot of this is like, it's not just the 3-point shot. It's the fact that like when you're guarding Steph, if you're coming off a pin down, then that means the big and the guard, they have to get that action right. If they don't, it's a slip for a layup. Or if they miss and they say, we're switching here between a wing and they don't, and you're late and Steph is open, and then now I have an open three, or I have a pump fake drive, another kick out, and then you're rotating again. And I think Mars didn't say this word exactly, but the thing that makes Steph what he is he is the GOAT level relocation player. And I think we can all kind of understand what that means with Steph. Like his ability to be able to get the ball, and then he sees what's happening, throw the ball away, and then move again to reset the defense. And now the defense is panicking because they know where he's going, but they don't know where everybody else is going. Like I think Steph Curry's ability to like relocate his really, I mean, you tell me, Chill, I haven't really seen a guard with this kind of off-ball conditioning since Rip Hamilton.
And that's why I feel like Steph is a 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the difference, he's not bringing the ball down. I think he too.
I could definitely get with that. Yeah.
He too.
All of this sounds good,
yeah,
but you know, a lot of the times Magic's teams didn't have to do all that relocating and setting up on offensive stuff.
Which is where I was going.
Because they scoring in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Magic taking 3 dribbles.
Yeah.
It giving somebody an open layup.
Come on,
or getting an open layup himself.
Come on, man.
But here's the thing, though, Trey. When Magic grabbed that, when Magic gets that thing off the glass, we going with it. Right?
Or getting that long outlet.
And not only that, when I'm dumping the ball into Jabbar, more times than not, it's a bucket. So the idea of relocating, right? Like they didn't. The offense in Golden State is completely different than what the offense is with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, you're dumping the ball to Kareem.
Right. I'm throwing the ball in. I'm throwing the ball into
Kareem.
But he has Klay Thompson.
Well, Magic's Lakers.
Yes, he does have Klay Thompson.
Exactly.
Yes, he does.
So he
But
basically
that's a big deal.
Magic's Lakers beat Golden State without KD.
Believe how you dudes
No,
the Warriors throw the ball into the post, but it's just to run split action to get Steph the ball again. So like they still use the post.
Chill.
It's similar principles, just different.
With Magic's Lakers, any Lakers beat, and I'm taking KD out the equation. Beat Golden State? I don't think so.
Well, with the amount of threes that these guys shoot,
I don't think so.
Mars and I actually had this conversation. Was maybe Mars about 6 months ago? I think you told me that 87 Laker team, they shot what, 2 threes a game?
So if it's about
they made like 2 threes a game,
and it's
that
about
made like 2 threes a game, like that's not going to be enough when you're playing against the 15 or the 16 Warriors.
It's about who
that's
going to
not going to be enough.
It's about winning. It's about winning.
Of course, the style of play has changed. I'm not going to argue that.
Well, the athletes have changed too. I just don't think they would be able to keep up with the athletes.
See, that's the thing right there. I've never bought into that. I mean, evolution is millions of years.
No,
evolution
it's not.
It's not 10. Yes,
no, it's
no.
Wait, hold on.
That's literal.
It's literally not true.
Human evolution.
It's
literal human evolution. We're talking about evolution within sports and athletics.
Yeah,
we aren't talking about physical human evolution. Yeah, we aren't talking about.
Wait, chill. No, chill. In 2005,
there's a reason why Usain Bolt was running 9.58 in 2009. Meanwhile, in the 1960s, we was lucky to break 10. That's the evolution of athletics. Like evolution of athletics is not the same as evolution of the human species.
What do you think that is, Joe?
I think it's the evolution of the equipment. I think it's the evolution of
the evolution of athletics.
Technology.
No, you're saying that the evolution of the sport.
I get I get what you're
No, hold on, y'all. You can't separate
evolution of athletics. That's why I said
separate like the two things. Like the reason why humans are evolving is because we are creating technology to be able to aid us in the involvement. So like even if you're talking about from 2008, because he brought the Usain Bolt, the 9.58. So remember at the time, you were probably a track fan at that. Remember Magic Johnson, 1932, what, in 96? That was? Now you have multiple athletes that are clearing like sub 20, like whatever. And then in track, you got a bunch of people that are clearing sub 10. You have more women in 10s now than you did 20 years ago. Well, that's just like we're naturally getting better. Your technique improves, stamina improves, the eating's improved, the food's improved. Like all that stuff is a part of what's helping us get better. So I'm telling you that like in 1985, and I don't want to bring this up. There's a clip of the Chicago Bulls Utah Jazz series circulating online right now. Everybody's making fun of it because like the game looks horrible. I understand, but I'm saying like if you give 30 years of human progress since 1996 to now, then yeah, like the athletes are way different today. Like
I think the only pushback to Chill's point, and I've had like thought about this myself, is it that in and of itself the athlete is better, or the athlete is just in a better environment to produce?
I don't think you can separate either one of them. It's like humans in safer
I
environments.
would say they're better because they're in a better environment.
We have more human beings now.
But I think that's what Chill was. I think Chill is saying, like, because it comes off of, as you're saying, like just inherently this athlete, regardless of environment, they're just better athletes.
But that's why I said the evolution of athletics and not the evolution of human genetics.
I know.
I made the distinction very clear. Like we can go watch a game from the 60s and then go watch a game from the 90s, and the game has very clearly evolved. And that's 30 years. We are now 30 years removed from the 90s. The 60s to the 90s is the exact same in terms of distance as the 90s is from the. I understand, because the NBA was newer in the 60s. I'm with you. What I'm saying is just in terms of literal distance, it's the same amount of years. I'm not saying it's the same time of evolution, because that was literally a 10-year-old NBA. But what I am saying is we are 30 years removed from the 90s, the same way the 90s was 30 years removed from the 60s. We can look at that evolution from 1960 when we got Elgin Baylor in them, and we look at the 90s when you got MJ, Dominique, Scottie Pippen. We look at that. We can see the evolution of the sport. We can also see the evolution of the sport from 1995 to 2025. We can see how the sport has evolved. I think if you go watch a game from 2015, and you can see how the sport has evolved from then, like the beginning of Steph Curry's prime to now, the sport has evolved. We can see it. Go watch a game from 2015. You're still going to see two bigs, one on the high post, one on the block. We're not going to see a bunch of spacing everywhere. We're not going to see the emphasis on pace and space like we do today. The game has evolved in the last 10 years. Acknowledging the evolution of the sport is not a disservice to what has happened before. It's just logical. Any sport evolves. Sports can evolve once. That's just what happens.
Right, but Mars, real quick, Mars, I agree with you, Mars, as far as the way the game is changing. We talked about this last week. In the game, if you ask me, it's not really even the same anymore. Like it's damn near a completely different sport from what it was, especially way back in the 60s to today. But my thing with the evolution of it is, I mean, to Mars's point, I get what you're saying, but y'all know how it was. Like in the 1400s, people was on, horse and carriage. In the 1800s, there was a horse and carriage. Now they got cars, and it's not that big a difference. You know what I'm saying? From the car to now to when it was. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the same. But what I want to get to is the athlete, not the sport. You know what I'm saying? The athlete.
Well, I think the nutrition
yeah, well, I mean, y'all people out here eating this McDonald's and shit, so I'm not gonna go off for that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think
McDonald's. But what I will say is that the sport is a lot different. I don't think that athlete has evolved so much. Like y'all was just talking about the racing, and I understand in track 1 second is a really big difference. I understand 1 second is a big difference in track. But y'all talking about all this technology and everything, and these people, and they're just barely getting faster. So what is that come into account on the basketball court on 94 feet of hardwood? Where does all that technology that they're using to get a half a second faster? You know what I'm saying? Where does
margins are everything.
What is that coming?
There's more people now, so there's better athletes.
But I think the peak athletes from
that's not how it works.
Still relative.
Well, I think if your pool's larger, it's just like when you go to a 5A school or a 1A school. If you have a larger pool,
so I think what you guys are debating are like two different things. Because I think
because out here Division III is the best division. So that's just not how it works.
I feel like what you guys are talking about, and to like Chill's point, is basically like how the genetics might not be that much different from now to then. The equipment has just gotten better. Therefore, the athletes have gotten better as a whole. So that's where I agree with Marge as well, because he said the evolution of athletics. And I just think that influences play a major part too. Like we see the rule changes in the NBA. We see players and great ball handlers like Allen Iverson come along that influence somebody like Kyrie Irving. And then Kyrie Irving does the same for the new generation. I just think that it has evolved in a major way. And you could, like, I think it's clear that players now are more skilled than then because of the equipment that's available and because of the influences that they have to learn from.
The sport, yes. When you see somebody do something before you and you add to that, yeah, it changes. Yes, that's how it works, and I think it should keep working like that. But you can look at people today and look at people then. You can look at video, film, the genetics. The humans are not better, faster.
You talk about running, jumping, and just athletic ability.
No, look,
and I agree with you, Ox. But Trey, I want to hear from you though. How you feel about
I think Ox, you're right. I think the overall athlete in terms of the NBA, like the average players, I think it's more or less the same, whether it's the 60s all the way till now. I agree with you. But the anomaly athlete, the nominal athlete, the super athlete, I think it's completely different. I think when you compare Magic Johnson to LeBron James, Larry Bird to KD, a Kyrie to even an Allen Iverson, I think is such a separation. And what that requires the technology, that requires the hard work, that requires the discipline, that even requires somebody background, whatever they've been through. Like, I think the anomaly athlete is so much different. Now,
right, but Bird was an anomaly player. He wasn't an anomaly athlete
or player or whatever.
Let's say Bron is one of the peak athletes of his time. Larry Bird wasn't a peak athlete. He was just a peak basketball player. So let's talk about some of the freak athletes. Then they were just like that. Young Dr. J.
So maybe I'm using the wrong word. Let's say player, anomaly player then. Like the players now, the top ones, not the average ones. The top ones, even the Luka, even the Jokic, even like the anomaly player is so much better than what. I'm sorry, I love Isaiah Thomas, but what is he gonna do against Kyrie? Joe Dumars even.
The same thing he did against John Stockton.
What?
The same thing he did against Mark
That's
Price.
what I'm saying.
What?
John Stockton's a better defender than Kyrie.
Yes, the same thing he did against
John Stockton wasn't even. It's not even in the world of athlete that Kyrie, or even just offensively skilled. Like it's just not the same combo.
Let's just say for the sake of argument that
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to John Stockton either.
John Stockton wasn't athletic.
No, because I'm watching. saying you can watch John play and see like he's just there's Kyrie and him are different.
You look at a young John Stockton, that dude was fast,
I know, but it's still not Kyrie. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
It's not
disrespectful.
Was having trouble with Grant Hill.
Was he white? You think he wasn't athletic?
Like the game?
Never said that.
The way these boys is playing is completely different from even these people.
Grant Hill was a freak athlete though. Like LeBron James would have trouble with Grant Hill.
But I'm saying his
Grant Hill will give LeBron all he can handle.
Grant Hill is a freak athlete.
Yeah,
he was. Was
he not?
Ron, I'm glad you
I guess my definition of freak is
real talk. What is wait, whoa. Real talk. What is your definition of a freak athlete?
When I think freak athlete, I'm thinking about Michael Jordan, LeBron.
So you got like the top 0.001%.
That's a freak athlete.
So who are the freak athletes in the league today?
Giannis,
Amin, Shaden, Amin.
I don't know if I
feel like there's a few of them, honestly. Just
Shaden Sharp is not a freak.
Shaden jumps high.
Respectfully for me.
Yeah.
Trey, I
don't think it's that many freak athletes right now.
That's what I just wanted to know. I wanted to know the bar.
Was there a Christian Brown in the 1990s? Was there a white boy flying around like this?
He was
Tom Chambers.
Tom
Chambers. Well,
because Danny Ainge. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all be for real. Like Jerry West, Danny Ainge, these dudes were freak athletes. Like
Bob Sura had a little something. He could go.
Jerry West's athleticism will put Christian Brown's athleticism to shame. Like it's not even.
Don't say that too loud.
Yes, Jerry West.
Oh, I agree.
I think y'all think these dudes was doing? Like y'all think people just learned how to jump high yesterday?
I mean, the obvious answer is Will Chamberlain. Like Will Chamberlain was 60 years ago. Like
never brought that up.
The freak athletes in every era are gonna be like they're transcendent athletes. Like there's transcendent athletes from the 1800s. They just didn't have an NBA league to play in. But like freak athletes exist through all time periods of human history. But like Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Elgin Baylor, David Thompson, Dr. J, Dominique, MJ, Scottie Pippen, Grant Hill, Bron, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, like they exist in every era. They do exist in every era. But I'll speak for myself, when I'm talking about evolution in these contexts, I'm not talking about literal human evolution.
You're talking about the game. You're talking about
I'm talking about evolution within athletics and within sports, and that evolves very quickly. I'm not like human evolution takes a very long time, but I don't think that's what myself, what Swiper, what Real Talk are talking about when we say evolution in a basketball conversation. We aren't literally saying human beings, the species is evolving. Like that takes a long time.
But see,
that's not what I'm saying. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but that's not what I'm saying.
That's how we got here. When we talked about Steph Curry, his ability to play off the ball, how fast he was, how much he moved, and how much he evolved the game. Right. So that's all this was about. And we had guys. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to stick on what the 80s were. I want to stay with Magic Johnson, and I want to stay with Steph Curry because Joe brought up a
yo, chill right quick. I got to get to these crunch time chats. Hold that thought. I'm gonna read a few of these super chats, and then we're gonna get right back to that thought. Chill.
Sure.
But obviously, we've talked about a lot in this first hour of the show. Now we're gonna see what the people had to say based on our conversations. If you're in here, you already know the drill. Like the video, subscribe, become a member, and just keep doing what you're doing in the chat. Salute to everybody that sent through super chats. Also, just to let you guys know, tonight, the Press Box, your favorite football show, is going to get into who gets into the Hall of Fame. Swiper, what exactly does this mean?
There are players that are currently eligible for the Hall of Fame that are coming up either in this year or the next year, and we're going to debate who actually has a chance to make it based on their resume. As everybody knows, the NFL is very contingent on longevity and championships, unfortunately. So there are players that peaked out, like Gale Sayers, like Terrell Davis, in shorter time periods that took a minute to get in the Hall of Fame, Terrell Davis being the longest. But then there are other players that are stat accumulators like Frank Gore, who didn't win championships, were never considered the best running back in the league, but they have the argument based on the numbers.
Frank Gore is not a Hall of Famer.
I disagree. I think if you're one of the 5 best rushers of all time, you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
I think you can be a really good player and you can accumulate.
I think we can have the conversation about Emmitt Smith. To me, is not one of the best running backs ever, but he had the most yards ever. So therefore,
that's a fair point. But I'm not talking about Emmitt Smith. I'm talking about Frank Gore.
Frank
Gore was never the best running back in the league.
Neither was Emmitt Smith. Neither of Emmitt Smith is the best running back in the league.
Frank.
Neither is Emmitt Smith.
There's plenty of running backs in the league that's in the Hall of Fame that weren't the best running back in the league. There's plenty wide receivers that's in the Hall of Fame.
6 years.
That weren't the best. There's plenty of point guards in the Hall of Fame that weren't the best point guards in the league. Plenty of centers. That's not fair. No.
From the people that y'all had up there on that picture, I'm putting in Larry Fitzgerald before I put in
again, another person that's like top 5 in yards, touchdowns, receptions.
I'm putting in more
tackles than drops.
Brees, obviously, before I put in
multiple 5,000-yard seasons, 1 Super Bowl, no MVPs, by the way, but
the
never
order
was the best
here
quarterback
is
in the league.
Brees,
but, and again, to maintain the logic, y'all,
Drew Brees peaked way higher than
Drew
Frank
Brees
Gore.
was never the best quarterback in the league. Never the best quarterback in the league, mind you. So I'm saying that by your same logic, you're also then saying that based on level of play, you should get in.
But I can also understand level of competition and the position he's playing.
Yeah, and again, the running back position
even then, without the best at the position, Drew Brees peaked extremely higher.
Best at the position, so you're cooking yourself.
Okay, cool.
So take
Drew Brees, okay, because you know you're gonna agree with me.
No, not at all.
So you keep cutting me off. So cool. Drew Brees,
you're in my swimming pool.
Cool. Drew Brees peaked way higher at his position
than Frank Gore.
Frank Gore did at his position, correct?
Yeah, but never won an MVP.
What does that mean? He never won an MVP.
What does that mean? What do you mean? What does that mean in the NFL?
Frank Gore didn't win an MVP.
I agree. Exactly. So you realize I don't use those kind of standards to evaluate how players should belong in the All Hall of Fame discussion. Now, Terrell Davis for me had 6 years, and he was the best running back for 3 of them, if not 2 of them for sure. And he took forever and had an MVP with 2,008 yards.
Terrell Davis peaked higher than Frank Gore.
And also Terrell Davis has the most yards from regular season to playoff to Super Bowl ever in the 16-game format. And he took almost 30 years. Well, 25 to get into the Hall of Fame. I agree. I think Frank Gore is a part of that conversation. I think Drew Brees is a part of that conversation. I think Larry Fitzgerald is a part of the conversation. You know who else? Chad Johnson, not in the Hall of Fame. A lot of that had to do with some stuff that people didn't like about him per se, but his numbers were amazing. He was at least a top 3 receiver over the course of the 2000s, but he's not in.
Yo, chill
real
right
talk.
Quick. What's up? Go ahead. I
just want to ask real talk. Real talk is how did you feel about the 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history not in the Hall of Fame? How you feel about that? Are you comfortable with that?
It depends on their career. To me, the threshold. I believe
in the 75-year history of the NBA, got only 2 dudes scored more points than this dude. Are you comfortable with that dude?
It's between
not being in the Hall of Fame.
How is low key like a John Stockton, but John Stockton I think peaked as
who are you talking about?
Player, but the NFL to me, it's a higher threshold to get into that Hall of Fame than basketball, in my opinion. That's number one.
Yeah, it's the most it's the most narrative-driven one. Yeah, Terrell Owens should have been the unanimous first team.
Terrell should have been in the Hall of Fame, first ballot.
But they didn't like him because he, worked out in his house like during training camp. So
right. Okay, so let me ask you, is Jason Witten
Yeah, he is. That's another one. That's a numbers guy. Like I don't think he's a top end talent either, but numbers wise, and of course his career,
just was really good for a really long time.
He was a very good player for a very long time. I think that does matter. I think Champ Bailey never won a championship, never won DPOY. I think he's the best corner ever. Cover corner ever.
Yo, fellas, I'm not talking about the accolade. I'm just saying.
Phillip Rivers ain't a Hall of Famer.
Fellas, I gotta step in because we can't give him too much.
No, we can't give him.
If they really want to hear football talk like this, they gotta pull up to the press box.
Yeah, bring real talk there so he can get smacked by the 2-time panelist of the year. Come on up there,
please.
Hey, y'all gotta pull up on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern or Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. You know where to find these boys. You know where they gonna be on the press box. So pull up to really get that football talk that you need in your everyday life. Also, tomorrow, Throwback Thursday. Y'all know what it is. We jumping in the time machine and we going back and dispelling narratives. You never know. We might really get a Kobe versus T-Mac to really see if T-Mac could really do what Kobe did and could win them championships with, well, Shaquille O'Neal. We might throw it back to really see if Magic Johnson was really an offensive engine or just a passer. We might throw it back to really see if John Stockton was a freak athlete. You never know, y'all, but you just got to pull up to see what we going to watch on Throwback Thursday. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. But fellas, we got some super chats, so let's go ahead and make it happen. Renji with the first super chat. He said the Warriors offense plummets without Draymond there. Steph's efficiency goes down when Draymond is off the court. It's disingenuous to act like Steph is running an offense like
year
LeBron.
In a year in particular.
We've actually had
all of every single one.
Have we not had conversations on this panel?
Right. Yes.
We've had conversations on this panel with Draymond off the floor, how bad that offense is.
It's absolutely correct. There's a reason why Steph and Draymond's minutes damn near mirror each other. It's because Steph and Draymond, they need both of each other. It's why I'm never on the side of underselling Draymond's impact. It's the best lineups with the Warriors offensively and defensively feature Draymond Green. It's not a coincidence. Steph's efficiency does fall off a cliff. It's like 65 true shooting with Draymond, like 55 without him. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like that. Even the net ratings fall off a cliff without Draymond every single year, besides maybe like 2023 or something. I don't know.
Right.
But like, is there anybody like is there anybody equivalent like that with Magic?
You don't have the data for Magic's career. It didn't exist.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm telling you guys that there's not.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No, I mean we actually don't know because it wasn't tracked.
But yeah, Steph's numbers are heavily tied towards Draymond Green. Which I don't deem as a problem or whatever. But
about Draymond, just like because we were just having a Draymond conversation last week or the week before. So I'm trying to figure out, y'all, when we talking about Draymond, it's like, oh, well, Draymond does this, make Steph that. But then today we talking about Steph, and it's like, oh, was Steph made Draymond as pivotal as he was. So it's like we can't have it both ways. Like
they both help each other a lot. That's no secret. But
right,
I don't subscribe to the ideology of what other people say about how Steph helps make Draymond viable on offense, allowing him to get the 4-and-3 stuff. But the reason the 4-and-3 stuff doesn't work with other people who aren't named Draymond is because they can't make the same decisions in the pocket that he can. Like they both need each other. Steph's 4-and-3 advantages mean nothing if you don't have someone else who can make decisions. If you put, no disrespect, Johnathan Kuminga in that position, all of a sudden the offense doesn't look as good. And that's not because Steph didn't create the advantage.
Paul Miss, or what's his name?
Yeah, Paul Millsap might have been able to
do it.
Yo, respect Paul Millsap.
Yeah, Paul Millsap might have been able to do it. But
Paul Millsap with the Utah Jazz, are you tripping?
Like for reference,
you know who else? Malik Rose.
I mean, Boris Diaw could absolutely. Now you would lose on all the defense, but
who's the one without the ACLs for the Spurs? Number 45. Juwan Blair.
DeJuan Blair, Malik Rose, Paul Millsap.
We're not doing this again. For reference, in the playoffs, in 2015 and 2016, Steph, when Draymond was on the court, had a 63% true shooting. When Draymond was off the court, he had a 46% true shooting.
Yikes!
Like there's a direct correlation between Draymond's presence and Steph's scoring in the postseason. Is very
and Joe, that's what
to be fair, if he had a DHO big backing up on the bench.
Yeah, but when Steph peaked and when the Warriors peaked, that big didn't exist in the NBA. Draymond was a rare archetype.
Yeah,
that's what made the Warriors
101.
There's no DHO.
That's what made the Warriors so coveted or so dominant, because no one in the league could be simultaneously a defensive anchor like Draymond and then do all of the things for that
Marcus
offense
All.
that he did. And if you want to extend it, but
Marcus
beyond
All was not
2016,
like
because
that.
Steph was hurt in
I
the
would have gave it.
2016
I would
postseason.
absolutely would have ate up Marcus.
From 2015 to 2019, so the Warriors dynasty run, Steph had a 62% true shooting with Draymond, a 54 without Draymond. And that's a larger sample of minutes. And even then, you don't get large samples of Steph without Draymond because their minutes tied together. Because Steve Kerr and everyone in the Warriors organization knows Steph and Draymond pretty much have to play together. Because Draymond needs to be maximized on offense, and Steph needs to be maximized on offense and defense. So you need Draymond out there. But Steph's offensive impact is definitely aided by Draymond's presence.
What's
There's
a better
no secret
offensive
about
duo?
But that
Steph
settles that.
Curry-
Magic's better. Steph's a Draymond merchant.
Steph Curry and Draymond, or Magic and Kareem? What's a better offensive duo?
With who? What? Say it again. Say it again.
What's a better offensive duo? Steph and Draymond, or Magic and Kareem?
Magic and Kareem.
Magic and Kareem.
Maybe. You know,
Yeah.
Maybe. Come on, Swiper. Let's not play around.
Oh yeah, my bad, Ox. My bad.
I mean,
What do you
can
think,
make an
Mars?
argument.
But for me, if they play in a game, Steph and them winning.
What's the separator, Trey? Because let me tell you why.
Clay
Because
Thompson's
Trey is
the
a basketball player. That's what Trey is about. Trey,
I'm just talking
let's take
hope.
the systems out. Let's
All
take
the
the systems
analytics and
out.
all that shit.
Let's
I'm
take
just
all of that
talking
stuff out, and let's just rock. That's what Trey's talking about.
Yeah.
And when I think about just rocking, right? When I think about rocking, just playing basketball, I'm just Magic and Jabbar are destroying these dudes, yo. They are killing these.
I got the Lakers. Wait, what year? What year?
Y'all, any Laker year versus
Who are the other three?
pre-KD?
That's the problem, Mars. That's the question.
Because I don't
James-
want to throw KD in there. Because
James Worthy in there? And Byron Scott.
They're gonna lose because they don't shoot enough threes. Like that's gonna
There
be
you
my
go.
argument.
That's what I'm saying. It's just they don't shoot
But
enough.
that's what's
threes.
gonna be era differences. So like I don't like
Like-
Magic and Kareem would lose to like the 24 Celtics for the same reason. That doesn't mean
Magic
Jason
is
Tatum
not
is better. than them.
chasing Steph and Curry around.
They spanking
Michael Cooper
themselves.
would chase.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
In a
don't,
regular season,
I
chill.
don't think you
Come
can
on,
beat the
chill.
Celtics making 2
Come
threes a
on,
game. I don't
chill.
think that's
You know,
possible.
we made
Chill in a regular
I-
season
we
format.
know Magic.
I'm not
is
gonna lie. There's a lot of teams that
Steph
beat that
Curry
Lakers
around.
team.
I don't compare
It's
teams from the
that-
80s to
that-
teams
that-
today.
that
Like that.
long
I
ball-
don't think they can play
that
against each
long
other.
Yes,
ball
it's a
trade is
different
what's
game.
what is
Could you
Yeah, I
imagine
don't think
Jordan
they
Poole
can play
versus
against each other. I don't-
Jordan
It's
Poole,
not
Alexander
Magic.
Sarr
We
versus
love
them?
Magic. We come from that, but
Yeah.
Magic is not chasing Steph Curry around, and he not stretching out and checking him at half court and shit like
He
that.
going, he
Yeah,
going
but Trey, you
Draymond.
talk about one end of the floor though. Like Steph got to strap up too. Draymond, I know he's a defender, but what is Draymond doing? With
What's
the
more,
cap?
2 or 3?
Who is Magic guarding?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Magic's
Harrison
guarding
Barnes.
Draymond.
No, he's going to Harrison Barnes.
Here's the thing, though.
Magic will
Like,
probably have to cover.
What's more, quick threes or long or
Yeah, but
taking
they-
his time
they-
too?
I hear what y'all be saying with that, and I know 3 is more than 2. But when I'm giving you 2 after 2 after 2 after 2 after 2,
But
those is gonna add up
those
too.
twos ain't coming that quick. You know that, Ron.
Yeah,
Yes,
but-
they are. Yes,
Also,
they
also
are, Trey.
don't forget about and ones too. And ones is a thing. We can get 3 the hard way.
What's more consistent, Steph threes or y'all getting the Lakers getting and ones?
The Lakers
Ka-
getting and ones because we're
Kareem-
running in transition. We
Kareem's
getting
the
that
most
thing off the
consistent
glass and
thing.
we go.
Getting no and
We getting
ones.
that thing off the glass.
The
And we go.
difference
You're
in
not getting no
pace
and one.
between
You're
the
not going
Warriors
after
and the
no
Lakers isn't that substantial. They didn't play much faster. They
The
played like
difference,
2
though, is
possessions
that
more a game.
You ain't had a distributor that we had though. That's the difference. You ain't had a
Just
playmaker.
drop
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah,
had Draymond Green.
And you ain't had a finisher we had.
Just
Nah.
ride
Yeah,
the dick,
Draymond Green.
brother. Dump it down to-
Yeah, Draymond
just
Green.
dump it down to Kareem all night. Whatever happens, happens, man. We living and dying right there. Fuck it.
Yeah, but I think that helps the argument too. The Warriors would win because of Steph. The Lakers would win because of Kareem, not Magic.
Fact. Yes, sir. Yes, I know. The conversation was supposed to be happening today, but we talking about Kareem. We talking about the GOAT. So,
But Ox,
Give it
didn't
to
you just didn't I just hear them talk about how much more effective Kareem was with who?
Draymond Green.
Yeah, didn't I just hear that? So I'm not gonna knock Magic for running with your ball. I'm not gonna do that. No.
No, you
Yeah,
don't
what-
knock him.
what-
Well, we can
I'm still-
acknowledge
I'm still-
that Magic
I'm still-
wasn't better than Kareem. We can acknowledge that.
Well, no, Mars. See, this is
Not
what I
till he
wanted
got
to get
old.
into. This is what I wanted to get into earlier when Swiper went to 21 and said, "Oh, we seen Steph by himself without other people." Well, we also seen Magic win back-to-back MVPs and Kareem wasn't there. He was there for the first one, but
Yeah, but he was on the team. Yeah,
he was on the
over.
team. But come on,
He was
He was
over.
on the team.
He was
on the
over.
team. That's
Hey,
what time.
James-
Hey, Chris
James
Paul's on the
Worthy-
Clippers this
Bringing up
year, but
MVPs like you better than Jordan 89-90 is disgusting, by the way.
that's
Well,
not
Steph
the
wouldn't
point
win
I'm making.
MVPs against Michael Jordan, so
I know
But-
who would.
But Steph won an MVP
not
over
the way
LeBron.
you be dropping MVP slap it.
That's
No,
true.
LeBron didn't play
I
like the
don't
best
think
player
Magic
in the
was
regular
better
season in
than
15 or
Jordan.
16.
You know, so
I'm-
So that's
I'm
different.
not
MJ
arguing
actually
that.
did
Right,
play
that's
like
all
the
I'm
best
saying.
player in the league during the regular
Yeah, I
season,
won't argue
and
that.
Magic still won it. So
I mean, it was some people in their prime to win MVPs over LeBron too. I'm just saying that's impressive to win it over Magic or over Jordan. But regardless from that, he could have been the second best player in the world. He could have been second place in the MVP. The point I'm trying to make is we seen Magic Johnson without Kareem, and he anchored the best offense in the NBA.
I think he was better, personally.
How good was James Worthy when Kareem got old?
James Worthy was good.
Sincerely believe the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying. James Worthy was nasty.
What'd you say?
You sincerely believe the Lakers beating them Warriors?
Yes.
Come on, let's keep it a buck.
Yes.
We ain't got
because look, I believe in basketball. I believe in basketball.
I'm gonna let Ron answer. I'll answer after Ron.
I believe in basketball. It's gonna be harder for the Warriors to stop the Lakers than it is going to be for the Lakers to stop the Warriors.
I just don't think that's counting.
Which Warriors and which Lakers are we talking about?
But you got Iggy, you got Clay.
If we're talking pre 16
Warriors, the 16 Warriors.
And look,
that's what Lakers? The 87 Lakers?
Pre-KD, because KD ain't fair.
Nah, let's go 85. When Kareem still had
you want to bet Kareem?
Kareem still had a little juice in his legs, a little pepper.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But here's
I think they got action against the pre-KD Warriors. I usually go with the one of the later Laker teams, with Kobe and Shaq to beat them. But this Lakers team it's going to be a rough series, y'all.
Because of Prime Clay, who also can play defense, who will check Magic.
I mean, equal to Kareem,
slow Magic down.
To Mars's point, they're shooting a lot of threes, and they're hitting a lot of threes too.
He's not going to stop them.
The 85 Lakers made 1 3 a game.
Ron, you ain't never tried it on 2K to play two different eras versus
the reason why the reason why Steph is who he is.
It never works
because Clay is checking him every day in practice. That's why. So imagine when he's gonna do the Magic. He's gonna slow him down a little bit. Of course, he's gonna get a couple dimes off and stuff like that. But a prime Clay checking Magic full court before he even able to take off.
He gonna shake him out the answers. Clay gonna be like Harrison. Come get this nigga.
Andre.
They're gonna be like Steve. If you don't get Andre Iguodala in here to check this boy,
so they got Iggy too.
Don't want that.
Hey, but see, Trey, then y'all gonna get mad when I say that Byron Scott got something for Steph. That Byron Scott not just gonna sit around and just watch Steph shoot threes.
They have Michael Cooper.
Michael Cooper.
Hey, that Michael Cooper gonna be picking up full court.
Stop that. We talking about Steph. Stop
Mike and Byron, they gonna harass him.
No, Steph. Come on,
Steph. Nobody locks.
Unless we talking about hand checks. Okay, we talking about them going back. But if they playing now, they're in trouble.
We gotta add in both rules. Hey, if these fools can run around and just shoot any three, we gotta put hand checking in there too.
Just meet in the middle. Make them play in 2005. 20 years apart from birth.
Nothing to do with the way they play.
Well, actually, we're talking about 16 Warriors. So what's that? 30 years. Make them meet in the middle. 2001.
See, let's just go with 2001 Lakers. Damn it. Let's.
No. We good on that.
What I'm doing, Joe, is I'm betting on what happened with the Celtics this year. That's what I'm gonna hope happens with the Warriors. Like,
where's Brunson? They ain't got Brunson.
They killed themselves shooting the three.
That's what I'm banking on.
But the Warriors didn't shoot as many threes as the Celtics, so that's not gonna happen.
So
yeah, they aren't gonna die on the three.
That's my game plan. Hopefully that works.
Tragic magic.
You got hope Steph is still hurt like he was in the 16 playoffs. That's your hope. If Steph isn't 100%, then you got a chance.
Andrew Bogut on Kareem.
Then you got hope Bogut don't get hurt too. No, hope Bogut does get hurt again. Hope Draymond gets suspended too.
I literally, because you just brought this up, Trey. Somebody said to me 2 days ago that when KD got on the Warriors, he now made it fair when they played against the Cavs.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, fair. I agree. Fair.
He what?
Yeah, fair. He made it fair. I agree.
He made it.
So the Cavs were already superior to the Warriors, and when KD jumped on the crew, he evened out the odds.
Who said they evened the odds out?
He made it fair.
I agree.
Because what I've heard, the 2015 Cavs should have won, but Kyrie and Kevin Love were hurt. In 2016, the Cavs did win, which means the Cavs were good enough to have beat the Warriors twice, which means they weren't good enough to beat Cleveland. So all KD did was give the Warriors a chance to be in Cleveland. Sounds fair to me.
Did KD give them a chance, or did he push them over the top? He
made them the favorites.
He pushed them over the top.
He made them the favorites. He made them the
Made
favorites.
it unfair.
Are you saying
That's what
He made them the favorites.
he made it unfair. That's what
he made them the
KD's
favorites.
Not allowed to make things unfair, but LeBron James could build the.
No, he made them the favorites. That's what happened.
Two wrongs don't make it right, though, Joe. Two wrongs
I don't know why
right.
I don't know.
Are you saying this?
I agree that Bron going to Miami was trying to tilt the odds in his favor 1,000%. 1,000% it was. But KD going to a 73-9 team after Steph just had the year he had.
So why did they not go 74-8 the next year? Why were they not a better team?
Brother.
Where is this coming from, Mars?
Brother.
Why was their record worse the next year?
Brother.
Oh, Ron, he's not going to answer me.
What they won? 67 games that year, Mars?
Yeah, they got worse. They
won 67.
So if anything,
They were
the
a
Cavs should have
worse
been more.
team.
If anything, the Cavs should have been more favorites. Why did they get worse? So no one can explain the 6 extra losses. I guess. My fault. They got worse, but it was more unfair. Makes sense.
Okay.
Mars is nasty.
KD joined a 73-win team, but the next year they happened to win 67.
You saying that to say that I guess LeBron is in comparison to Magic and those like I don't understand why you bring.
I don't know where this came from.
Yeah,
the reason why I brought that up,
I don't know where this came from
because you said it was unfair, like with KD, and I
absolutely.
I had a conversation a couple of days ago when somebody had said to me that when KD jumped on that crew in Golden State in the 16-17 season, he evened out the odds between them and Cleveland, and I was thinking to myself, if this team's already better, so I already have this team that's better. So the odds are uneven. Cleveland is better than Golden State. I think so. I think they were.
Yes, exactly.
I did think that they were better. If you add KD to that roster, I don't think that the odds are even now. I think that they go like this.
Yeah, I think it's even higher than that.
Yeah, I don't think that the odds are even at that point. I think that they go like that. But I just brought that up because you said that it was unfair about KD, and I had a conversation.
That's why we can't bring up that Lakers and KD Warriors because they're gonna blow them the fuck out.
But if you look at the 2017 NBA Finals, I think Kevin Durant made this point before. KD averaged 35, LeBron averaged 34, Steph averaged 27, Kyrie averaged 29, Klay Thompson averaged 16, Kevin Love averaged 16. And Draymond averaged 11, and JR averaged 12. Their 4 leading scorers damn near mirrored each other. Difference was
so why are they getting so answer this question, Joe, with the numbers that you just said. In the losses that Cleveland had, why are they getting blown out?
This is about
why are they getting smoked?
Segment.
Why are they getting smoked then? I mean, because easy
Kevin
to
Durant
say
was the best player in the series.
It's easy to say that. It's easy.
You don't believe that.
Because Kevin Durant was the best player in the series.
You don't believe.
But Joe, what I'm saying, Joe, is, and I want to get back to the Steph Curry thing. I don't want to veer off the Steph Curry track too far, but it's easy to say that, you averaging the same amount of points as him, you averaging the same amount of rebounds as him, you averaging the same amount of steals as him. Why are we getting smoked then? Because the style of play is different.
No, because my best player is better than your best player. That's why.
Well, chill. That's your logic for why the Houston Rockets lose to the Cavaliers next year.
My best player is better than your best player. KD was the best player in the series. That's why they won.
I don't think
I actually got to roll out, man. I'm about to head to the
series, why wasn't my best player better?
I'm gonna get with y'all next week, though.
Yes,
hey Trey. Hey Trey.
I'm holler at you, Trey.
You trying to go Serbia?
I mean, shit. Like, what you want to do?
Hey man, bro. I'm gonna call you, bro.
Yeah, please do, because I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be in Europe. Shit, probably.
Trey, he want to go watch Jokic's horses race.
No, I mean that would be fun to go to Sombor, but that's like 2 hours out of Serbia, so I'd probably not. So just a little bit too far.
I'm in the French Riviera right now, so.
And shout out to my dog, man. Hey man, y'all know my boy. Before Trey go, my boy not only connected, he the best hooper in PC. That's wrong. Look, shout out to you, man. Hey man, I'll see you next week, my dog.
All right, I'll get with y'all.
All right, Trey.
Yeah.
Hey, real talk. You seen that footage?
No, I didn't see Trey out there cooking them folks.
Run to lead the page.
I gotta go too. It was nice talking to you guys, though.
Good to see you, Joe.
All right,
Hey,
Joe,
brother.
Joe, before you leave, Magic or Steph?
Steph.
All right. There you have it.
But yeah, that's why the Cavs lost, because my best player was better than your best player.
Hey, Swipe, how did it feel to see that your best player cares more about his horses than your team?
Oh, I don't partake in that
You don't
narrative.
care?
I'm happy that he's enjoying what he's enjoying.
How are we really thinking that Joker cares more about the because he cried? Like did we not? I mean, Joker jumped in the pool when they won the championship. Joker was jumping around when they won the championship. I'm sorry,
Chill, but
Chill, the thing about it though, Chill, is if he does care about the horses more than the NBA, who cares?
I agree.
Like, why does he have to care about the NBA more than he cares about something that he clearly enjoys doing? This is a job and he's really good at it. That don't mean he don't have to care about the. That's the problem. I think people think that the NBA is just the holy grail or something. Like it's a sport. Don't nobody like we got to stop in America thinking that everybody cares about what we care about. They got a whole bunch of other shit going on over there in Serbia that don't got nothing to do with America or the NBA. He got a whole life over there. Like motherfuck the NBA. This you know how important like how them horses are.
He got a bunch of them
you know how important them horses are and how expensive and how much you got to care for them horses and treat them horses good. Them horses is living better than a lot of people.
Than us, yeah.
I agree with Ox. I don't think it matters that.
Yeah, man. But shout out. He's owned a stable out there for quite some time. They actually been competing to win that specific race for a while now. But if you've ever been in a horse racing, like it's not that it's luck, but there's a lot of science that goes into it. To Ox's point, those are 250, 300, 500 million dollar like level horses. Like those are huge investments. And then you got to pay, think about it, you got to pay for nutrition, you got to pay for the jockeys, you got to pay for training staff, medical staff, field. I mean, it's just
So I would never evolved. Is that what you're saying? The horses evolved? Is that what you're saying? The horses have evolved?
I mean,
did you know this much about horses before Jokic was the best player on your team?
So again, funny enough story. Remember, I was at Baylor and I was a strength and performance coach. So I actually was one of the strength and performance coaches for equestrian. The two best teams at Baylor are equestrian and they're the acrobatics team, the women. And real talk, I kid you not, I've seen 120-pound acro. They won 7 national championships, I think, since 2014, maybe 8. I saw a 120-pound girl squatting 280s for reps. Those women are crazy athletes. So them and equestrian, probably the two favorite sports, non-basketball, football, that I watch. I've never seen people just get on a horse and just like.
Swiper, so are you insinuating that Jokic cares more about his horses being in shape than himself?
No, I mean, Jokic had just a context. He had an article he wrote for a Players Tribune in 2016 where he talked about why he loved basketball so much. You know, I think some of this is just like he cares about the things he cares about, but it doesn't to Ox's point, it doesn't like affect me in my view at all. Like, you know, I know for a fact 40% of NFL players don't really care to play football, but like they want the check. Like it's just
to your point, Swiper.
Yeah.
To your point, Swiper, and I just want to get to the bottom of this right now. There's no way you could be that good at something and you don't care about it. There's no way.
Right.
There's no way that Joker is as good as he is. No, Ron. I mean, Mars. No. Hell no.
It depends what it is. Maybe high level athletics, maybe no.
Okay, let me
life,
rephrase
yeah, you can be
There's
good at
no
it.
way you can be the best basketball player on planet Earth and you don't really care that much about the game. No.
Yeah, when you realize they're paying $70 million a year to do it, you don't gotta love nothing to be able to get paid that much.
I'd like to see.
How much
did Wilt care about basketball?
Shit, not
a
more
lot.
Than
He loved the things that came with playing.
Not more than he cared about
that. How much did he love the sport of basketball?
Really?
How much? Not how much did Wilt love the things basketball gave him? How much did Wilt love basketball?
I think he loved basketball a lot more than you think, Mars.
I'm just because
I think that he wanted.
Hey, Magic was the same too. If we doing that, then chill.
I think no, Magic loved the game.
No, he did, but Magic loved. Did the ABC interview talking about 3-4 of them in the elevator? Like he
I mean, at that point he had to because.
No. If we're talking about Joker, did we not just see Joker 2 years ago, the year he won the league MVP, drop 35 pounds? Did we not see that? Did we not see Joker get himself in better shape over the course of years? right? Did we not see him?
How do we know he
better
did
care
that
of his
for
body?
basketball and not just his personal
He
health?
did.
Maybe he wants to live longer.
No, he did it because he was tired of. He wanted to be better. I know that he definitely wanted to be. But shout out to his trainer. We've had the same trainer in Denver for him since.
All I know is all the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-time champions. That basketball, that's what they eat, live, and breathe and die by. All the one-time champs,
Magic.
you know, they do it for a hobby. Good at their job. Cool, absolutely. Even and then the retort's going to be, oh, well,
this is not a hobby.
He's
This ain't just
dominated
something that I'm doing in my
in one of the
spare time.
weakest center areas.
Dude ain't Bo
period.
Jackson.
Got it.
So you think Giannis doesn't love what he does?
You said what?
You think Giannis doesn't love what he does?
Giannis isn't winning because of situation. Your guy isn't winning because he hasn't improved the part of his game. So what I'm saying is that
do we want to go there? I mean,
What?
I would love to talk
Where we
hoops
wanna
about
go?
this.
Where we want to
We
go?
can talk about the regression from
Where do we
Giannis
wanna go?
anytime. I would
Can
love
we
to
do that?
Oh my!
No, I know we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. I just want everybody to know. I didn't bring this up. I didn't start this. I didn't start this at all. I'm here praising players for being able to have two lifestyles and two ways they want to live.
Real
that's
talk.
up to them.
What's this
They care about
regression
stuff
that
on
you're
the
talking
floor.
about, real talk?
Keep moving.
Where's this regression that you?
No, he talking about a regression. Are you saying
Get to our
defensively?
super chats? Did we just forget about that?
No, Mars.
Yes,
Just
we did.
let Real Talk get it
Mars,
off. He brought it up.
You're right, Mars.
Oh my!
No,
You
I'm
are
asking
right,
you
Mars.
what was the. Chill asked you what is the regression that you're talking about?
He's clearly a worse defensive player, but I mean, I don't know how we can get around this.
Yeah,
he
he got
is
older.
individually. Like,
Was he always
is.
that?
He got older.
Was
No,
he
he's not
always
just
that?
not that he got older. He's just not the same defensive player. But I
But
think that
whatever the
like
reason
he
is,
got
that would
older.
still be- That would still be regression, then, no? Regardless of the reason.
Sure. Yes. 100%.
I don't think you can say Jokic not improving. We just had, I think, his best season ever. But I personally don't think there's. It's
He had
worth
his
getting to
best.
that argument.
No, that's
But I
actually
think,
not true.
I think. Well, to you, I think the issue is that there are for players that have multiple motivations to do things. I don't necessarily think it's wrong.
He's
I
had
think
years
that
where he was a better defender.
I think he had his best defensive playoff season he's ever had.
No. I said regular season.
So regular season, he had his best season. And I think that was the best offensive.
He had his best
season we've ever
offensive season.
Yes, and I think
he also had his worst.
I think averaging 30,
in a long
13, and
while- in a
10
long
on.
while.
Yeah, hold on, real talk. You're just yapping. I do
I'm not
think
yapping,
personally.
that's the
I
truth.
do think personally, you averaging 30, 13, and 10, something Giannis will never do.
So
On
if you do
63,
that, then defense doesn't
44,
matter.
80 splits, I do think you improved. All I'm saying
So
is to
defense just doesn't matter.
cut this conversation up. It does matter. But
That's
I
what you're
think
saying.
the same thing you try to give Giannis passes for continuously about the situation around him, you never give it to Jokic, because I know why you have a nasty agenda about this. Even though there's no NBA player that doesn't try to play defense. So I don't another narrative. Real talk. What I'm saying is on the other end of this, I think you're allowed to have multiple things you're invested in. I do think European players, overseas players, they do have multiple interests beyond playing in the league. I do know that Jokic in particular doesn't love the stuff that comes associated with the NBA. But you asked me a direct, actual question earlier before you moved to this. No, for me, it doesn't bother me. I think you can love what you love. Like he's even said that if he was smaller, he would have been riding horses and stuff. But he's 7 feet tall. Like, you know what I mean? You can't like ride horses like at that big. And then once you become an elite all-time great athlete with 3 MVPs and the top 15 player ever, you just can't risk your body like riding horses and stuff like that. So I do think if he had a different like height and all that stuff, he could have definitely rode horses. But for me, it's just, I don't really care. Like he's going to come back next year, dominate again, probably finish top 2 in MVP voting.
I don't know. I think, maybe his defensive regression is coming.
I don't really care about his horses either.
Yeah, maybe for sure.
All right, y'all. Well, it's a couple other things that I do want to touch on. First of which being the guy who is supposedly supposed to be the number 1 pick next year. Chill, there was a photo that surfaced of this dude.
Yikes.
Damn, they're touching the top of the backboard.
Dub camera angles, man.
Look at that shit.
AJ DeBanza at BYU, and I guess the athlete has evolved because nobody's ever done this before.
I'm pretty sure I saw Obi Toppin get the ball off the top of the backboard when the ball got stuck up there.
Oh, but that was like 4 years ago.
That was literally just this season.
That was last season.
Oh,
yeah, he literally just.
It was on the little behind the backboard thing, whatever stanchion.
And he jumped up there and got the ball out. No broom, no nothing, no ladder, no nothing. He jumped up there and got it.
I seen Vince Carter and Dr. J do that.
That was
Will Chamberlain could lift the top of the
David Thompson famously grabbed a quarter off the backboard back in the 60s.
Top of the backboard.
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain got his knees above the rim.
Wait. I'm glad you brought that up, Mars. I remember it was a while ago. I told y'all they were lying about them damn verticals.
What you talking about?
Dwight Howard recently came out and said the same damn thing I told y'all months ago. There was no way Will Chamberlain had a 50-plus inch vertical. There's no way
how did Dwight know?
Michael Jordan.
How the hell did Dwight know?
No, he's just using common sense.
Do you know where their head would be relative to the rim if they were actually jumping 48?
Who said we'll have 50-inch vertical?
You said
what? That a myth?
That doesn't mean it doesn't mean you jump that high every time you jump.
People think that Michael Jordan honestly had a 48-inch vertical. Do you know where that would put his head relative to the rim?
Okay, so Michael Jordan is. Wait. Real talk. So since we talking logic, real talk. Michael Jordan is 6'6", right? So if Michael Jordan could jump off the ground 48 inches, that's 4 feet. Just his head. We ain't talking about his arms. We just talking about his head. That's 4 more feet higher. That would only make him what?
His head will be 6 inches above the rim.
That's it. It's about 10 feet.
That's 10-6. That's 10-6.
Yeah, that's about 10-6.
He's on 4. That's 10-6.
Yeah, that's 10-6. Now his arms
literally
probably
that means that puts the rim right here. Real talk. That puts the rim right here.
Real talk. The closest thing I see for MJ in terms of verified is 46 inches.
You telling me Jay's head never been right here? He ain't never looked.
We seen Gerald Green kiss the rim. You don't think Jordan can kiss the rim?
Gerald may actually jump 45 inches into the rim.
Wait, chill. Can Michael Jordan jump higher than James White?
I think James White is a better one-leg jumper than Jordan. Yeah.
Well, I think James White might have he might not have the best vertical ever, but he's close to it.
I think he's a better one-leg jumper.
Matter of fact, the world record, real talk, to your point, was actually just I think it was just this year. There were
them two guys that were doing it. Yeah,
they jumped a 51 and a 50.
But that's because they didn't measure Wilt, because Wilt would have been 52. You guys.
So Mars, what was
51-inch vertical?
I don't know. I wasn't there to measure Wilt's vertical. I just know he jumped high. I don't know.
Y'all make it seem like he jumps that high every time he jumps off the ground.
No one jumps at Matt's vert every time. Like no.
Again, Ox. So Wilt was 7'1". He's got a 50-inch vertical. That's about 4 feet. So Wilt just jumping straight up with his arms.
I would put him 11 feet at the rim. I would put him 11.
11 feet. And how long are Wilt's arms? Yeah. So he probably looking. That's it. He looking down at the rim. Okay, sure. And Wilt could touch the top of the backboard. That's what it. I don't think it's ridiculous.
See, I'm trying to tell you, Will Chamberlain got his knees above the rim.
I am purchasing that. I'm purchasing that.
50 inches into the air.
You trying to tell me these athletes have evolved? Look what Wilt was doing 60 years ago. Give Wilt modern technology, 78-inch vert.
Again, this one.
That's crazy. But what I'm saying is, it's like I just think it's crazy when I see videos. Like I'm seeing videos. Like I just seen one on Instagram the other day. And it was like, this kid's 14 years old and he jumped. Kids was doing that when I was 14. Like this ain't no news. This ain't nothing new.
You didn't record it. You didn't record it. That's the problem.
Well, because we didn't have Instagram. No.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. You existed too early.
I'm not really tripping. I'm just saying, like, it's just a lie. This shit is fabricated. They're making it seem like people just start doing this type of shit. Like,
but when did you first start
doing this?
13.
Which is
allegedly
Ox
13.
Which goes back to when I talked about when I was on that show and I talked about what Kenny Smith did. All that was about was guys were running fast. Guys were running fast and jumping high years ago. That was going on. To your point,
50 inches is just
guys didn't just start running fast and jumping high.
Because at that point, Will Chamberlain could have won the high jump record in the 1958. So I mean,
did you see how he was jumping? Did you see?
But he did.
No, he was a crazy athlete. No, don't get me wrong. But
that was before they was doing.
But I'm talking about like that. He would have said it. No, he will. It depends. Like because the taller you are in high jump and the higher you jump, the better. I don't know what the record is in high jump, but I think it might be. Will could have broken it if he did 50 inches, but that's a lot. That's a lot for sure.
Yeah, but Swipe.
I didn't know AJ.
When he was doing the high jump, they were still doing it like the hurdle.
Yeah, I know.
He wasn't even.
They just threw themselves over.
It was just get over the bar by any means necessary.
The current world record for high jump, by the way, Ox, is 8 feet and 0.46 inches. We think Wilt could have cleared
Oh,
that?
Wilt would
Chill?
have smashed that.
8 feet.
That's high as shit.
So he's just jumping over himself.
Yeah.
8 feet. Chill.
Yeah. 8 feet.
You think
we
Wilt would?
We just did a thing with Jordan in his head. So look, Wilt was what 7'1"?
7'1".
Now what's 50 inches over 7'1"?
About 11 feet.
Come on.
What's that? Like 11.4?
Yeah, I'll lock in.
11 feet, something like that.
That's fine.
Wilt Chamberlain, if all of the rumors are true about all of his athletic endeavors, he's the biggest disappointment in the sports history.
Instead of giving him credit, we gonna hate.
The biggest disappointment in the sports history. If the man was the fastest, strongest, jumped 50 inches into the air, all of that, it didn't win more than 2 chips.
That's what it's all it's about. So he had to win more. Even though
for you, yeah.
Well, he has Wilt Chamberlain up 4 all time. I don't know how much higher you could get.
I don't know how you could with just 2 rings. Kobe should be higher. He has 5.
We're not doing this again. We are not doing this.
No, we're not. No,
wait, hold on. Chill.
We're not doing another.
Real talk. What was the name?
We are not doing that again.
What was the name of that running back? That had the show made out of him. He was 17 years old. He ran like a 10-yard dash, repping 405 for 10 times.
The best that never was.
Yeah, the best that never was. That's exactly who Wilt is to you. Then, Chill. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. No, that's not who. Because Wilt was. He was. It wasn't. He was never was. Wilt was though. Yes.
We scored 100 points, Swiper.
Yeah.
Did he?
Allegedly.
And you ain't know in that game, you know he put his foot in the rim in that game.
All right, y'all.
Y'all believe everything in these history books and all types of shit, but y'all need to see video evidence of this. This is what y'all need to be. This is crazy.
All right, y'all. It is the Crunch Time chat segment for the second portion of the show.
Yeah.
In case you have forgot, or in case you aren't hip to what's going to happen on Friday, it will be the first edition of the Total Chat Live. Yeah, the panel will be running the TCL starting this Friday throughout the duration of August. And essentially what this means is you guys are running the show. On Thursday, we will make a community post. There will be an Instagram post, and you guys will get to drop all your topics that you want us to come up here and discuss. And then on Friday, we will come back and discuss each and every one of those topics along with all the super chats that you guys send. We will be fulfilling any request that you want us to talk about. So if you guys want Mars the Troll on Friday, if you want Swiper the Yap on Friday, if you want Chill to Crash Out on Friday, if you want Real Talk to get into his Magic Johnson bag on Friday, just give us the request and we'll do it.
You actually have to request Mars the Troll though, because that's just gonna happen.
He did it today, out of nowhere.
When did I troll?
Did it? He's doing it
just now when you said that Wilt put his foot in the rim, Mars.
Super chat.
You just did it, Mars.
But when you say Wilt was dunking from the free throw line,
y'all know what Mars' biggest problem is? He thinks he's mysterious. That's the thing. He thinks he's mysterious. He wears that hoodie, thinks you can't tell what he's doing. We know what you're doing. We've been around here for a long time.
Mysterious?
We order you, Mars.
Wait, I'm mysterious because of a hoodie?
You tried to be mysterious. I said try.
I tried to be mysterious because of a hoodie.
Because you try to pretend you don't troll. You're trying to be mysterious. We know what
No,
you're doing.
that was how I trolled today.
Yes, and then that's mysterious. What about me? What did I do?
That's not mysterious. That's ignorance. That's not mysterious.
Ignorance. It's not ignorant. Real talk. What you trolling earlier? What you trolling earlier?
Absolutely trolling.
Ron, what you trolling earlier? Ron, was he trolling earlier? Was he trolling earlier, Ron? No, he's trolling. He's trolling too. Ox, was he trolling earlier?
Michael, you just gotta just.
Ox, was he trolling earlier?
There was a moment there where Mars got his troll bag.
Okay, chill. Was he trolling earlier?
100%.
Ron's not an honest man. He'll lie about anything. Ron, what color is your hair?
I'm just saying. You just gotta, it's actually dark brown.
Exactly.
So I might throw that Dennis Schroeder blonde.
Hey, Ron is the type you call him. Just know the first thing he said is a lie. It's going to be a lie. Whatever you ask him, Ron, it's the sky blue today. It's raining outside.
Ask me, should you have got penalties of the year?
Guess what? You gonna say no? It's gonna be a lie.
No, I'm gonna say
guess what? I want.
Ron, you reading super chats, Ron.
Teddy Hart sent through a $20 super chat and said, yes, technology, diet, medical training has advanced. But to me, that doesn't fully explain how even high schoolers are windmilling from the free throw line. Athletics evolution is real. I'm with Mars.
I'm saying, I want to make it once again. I'm just saying there's a difference between literal human evolution and evolution within sports. That's it. I think the best athletes from yesteryear would come into the world today and still be the best athletes. We just spoke about Will. Was some of the stuff embellished? Sure. Do I still think he'd be one of the best athletes today? Absolutely. And he played 60 years ago. The best of the best are going to be the best regardless. Now, the trickle-down effect of the rest of the community, maybe that's different. I don't know. Maybe the average athlete today is more athletically inclined than the average athlete from 1960. I don't actually know the answer to that. But I want to make clear that all I was saying was there's a difference between literal human evolution and then evolution within sports and athletics. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mars. I just think it has a less of an impact on than we think it does. Like I think all the technology stuff, I think it's having less of an impact than we want to admit. I honestly, if I'm being serious about it, I think all this stuff that these athletes have to do is just so they can keep up with those athletes. A lot of it has to do with the food we eat, you know what I'm saying, the water we drink, just the impurities in the environment alone, I think make it to where we got to do more nowadays to keep up with what they was doing back in those days.
Yeah, my only thing is, and Chill could attest to this, there was high school teams in the 90s where all 12 of the kids was dunking, windmilling, going through the legs, and it had that crazy type of bounce. So high school teams in the 2000s that I played on where everybody coming through dunking like that. College teams, like I don't think the athlete is just so much more exceptional than before. I can only speak on the 90s, 2000s because I wasn't here before that. Chill might have to speak on the 80s, 70s, but I know it's 60s, not much 50s. Of a gap between now and then.
To be honest with you, a lot of those kids that can do all of that, we don't get to see majority of them because they usually don't pan out skill wise to be good enough to get like to the league. They just be hella athletic. Like I know a lot of those type of players.
And even then, though, real talk, just imagine how many people we missed in the 90s that just because there wasn't cameras around. Like you had to literally make it to the league to be seen dunking.
But that's also where we get all the embellishment though, because it's not recorded. So then you can just go around saying like they were jumping 50 inches in the air, and we have to take your word for it, I guess.
I mean, I'm just saying though, like Dominique Wilkins was a high schooler. Pretty sure he was dunking from the free throw line. Gerald Green was a high schooler at one point. We can go to all these guys that were high schoolers in the 90s.
His coach was my coach, actually. His high school coach, fun fact, Coach Juice. Ken Williams used to be the #1 point guard in the country. Yeah, shout out Coach Juice.
Ask him, were they athletic back then?
Yeah, I mean, of course he's going to say that, yeah.
Okay. He's going to embellish it?
Nah, he's not going to embellish.
Teddy Hart sent through another $20 super chat and said Grant Hill was a freak athlete, aka rare athlete at the time. It's less rare now for 6'8" guys to have similar / more athletic ability than Grant. As the rarity of a certain athletic feats decrease, it's just not deemed as freakish as it once was.
Is Brandon Miller a better athlete than Grant Hill?
No.
No. Mark, what was the wing in the dunk contest from OKC like 6 years ago?
Hamidou Diallo.
Yes, that's another one right there. I thought would turn into something
crazy.
Yeah,
another crazy athlete that could play the sport, but crazy athlete though.
Is Jason Tatum a better athlete than Grant Hill?
No.
How about OG Anunoby?
No.
Obi Toppin?
Yeah, I would say no. Yeah, I would say no. I think he jumps higher.
He jumps higher, but he's not.
He's also taller too, athlete. But he's not as fast, not as strong, not as quick, not as explosive.
How about Kyle Kuzma?
Who's?
Okay. This what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the mold of guys. That's all I'm thinking about. It's like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", right? So how about Tobias Harris?
No.
Johnathan, what's the kid that Mars
Kuminga?
Orlando?
Isaac. Because Kuminga, we can have a conversation. Isaac, no. Kuminga.
Okay, so no Isaac. How about Paulo? You think Paulo's a better athlete than Grant Hill?
No.
I think so, but that's more like different sets of.
He's more a strength based athlete.
Yeah, being 6'10", 250, be able to move with that kind of fluidity.
Sure.
And all I would probably take Paulo in that case.
I don't think he's
How about?
I mean, one athlete though that we're not mentioning, and somebody else would agree with me. I don't know if you guys would, but shout out to Penn, Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes is not a better.
Scotty Barnes is a really good athlete.
No, he ain't a better athlete than Grant Hill.
I don't know if he's better than Grant Hill, but he is a really good athlete.
I bet y'all hear about this tomorrow.
Oh, we 100% gonna hear about it. How about Jalen Johnson? You think he's a better athlete than Grant Hill?
Jalen's a good athlete. He's just bigger though. Like some of these guys you're naming, like Jalen Johnson, 6'10", 6'9".
Is he that big, Ron? I thought he was like
6'9". 6'9". He's 6'9".
And Grant Hill was 6'8", 6'7", 6'8".
I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, but nah, I
think Grant Hill's a better athlete, but Jalen Johnson is an amazing athlete.
How about Aaron Wiggins? You think Aaron Wiggins is a better athlete than Grant Hill?
No.
Aaron or Andrew?
Andrew
Wiggins. I'm sorry, Andrew Wiggins. That's I apologize. Andrew Wiggins.
Peak Andrew? Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
I still don't think so. Good, Grant Hill has so much power in what he was doing. It wasn't just like Andrew Wiggins could get off the floor, cool.
Sure.
But when
Andrew Wiggins can fly.
No, he can. He might be able to even jump higher than Grant, but Grant's more explosive. Grant's stronger. Grant's quicker, and I think he's faster.
I agree. I think Grant Hill's better athlete.
That change of direction is serious.
How about the kid from Brooklyn? How about the kid from Brooklyn, Zaire Williams? You think he's a better athlete than Grant Hill?
Hell no.
Okay.
He's not strong enough to be.
You already told me about Brandon. You already told me about Brandon Miller. Is there anybody on Washington at the small forward spot that's a better athlete than Grant Hill?
Bilal would be your only chance. Yeah, Bilal would be your only chance. No, he's not. But Bilal would be your only chance.
So in Oklahoma City, is Caruso a better athlete than Grant Hill?
No.
J-Dub?
How about it?
No.
Is J-Dub a better athlete than Grant Hill? I don't think he's a better athlete than Grant Hill. How about
no?
Hell
no.
How about Jabari? Is Jabari a better athlete than Grant Hill?
No. You say Amen Thompson.
Can we just ask what athletes are in Grant Hill's tier?
I'm running them down. We almost finished here. Like if you look at the Lakers, who on the Lakers is a better athlete? Like I think James, even at 40 years old, I think I'm asking a lot, but I think James at his peak.
No, not old man LeBron. No. Old man LeBron relative to oldness is a better athlete, but like relative to like peak Grant Hill, no, he's not peak Grant Hill right now.
How about Aaron Gordon? You think Aaron Gordon's a better athlete than Grant Hill?
Yes, out of college, yes.
Yeah, peak Aaron Gordon.
Robbed with the dunk contest.
The dunk contest is more about creativity than pure athleticism.
I mean, he's a pure athlete too.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm like
Aaron's not as fast, quick, and even explosive as
the agility is not the same. Like I don't know.
But young Aaron Gordon is as explosive as Grant Hill.
Yeah, I don't agree with the explosiveness. I think the difference is the agility and just movement skills.
So the thing about it with those two is Grant Hill will get off the floor quicker, even off one leg. Aaron Gordon, he had to take that 2 power step. 1-2 power step. Now, if he gets that, I'll say he's more explosive than him. But if they just have to blow by somebody and go off one leg,
so is Zach LaVine a better athlete than Grant Hill?
I don't think. It's to me, it's the strength. Grant go.
Who the hell is Grant Hill to you, Ron?
A tier 1 athlete,
low-key baby Bron. Like
so who's more athletic, Zion or Grant Hill? Because to me, there's no hesitation in Zion. To me,
yeah, I got Zion. I got
Zion. How about Derek Jones?
What about Amen and Nassar?
I think there's Is it clear, Mars? The reason why I'm asking you this is because I think Amen is a better athlete than his brother.
I think he is a better athlete.
I think he's a better athlete than his brother, and I think Grant Hill is a better athlete than Nassar. I do think that. Yes.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know. Y'all think Amen's a better athlete?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was the other way around.
No. Amen something different. Maybe it's an aesthetic thing, but like Amen just moves different.
Amen is different.
Ron,
it's a different level of agility, a different level of balance. Like pure explosiveness, they might be able to match each other, but it's all the other the soft athletic traits. Amen has like everything dialed up to like 99. Assad not to the same degree. He's like 92 in terms of the other traits. But the pure explosiveness, speed, he might be able to match.
Next season, Ron, pay attention to Houston, and what I want you to do with Amen, just watch him as an athlete. I'm telling you, you're gonna be blown away by this kid. Blown away by him.
I got by the end of next year, I've got Amen Thompson comfortably a top 25 player in the league.
is
All right,
Who do we have at top? Who do we have at 25 on our top 100 list?
Hold on.
I think J-Dub. I think J-Dub was at 25.
Was he not in the top 15? Did we not move J-Dub up? 25 was like Paolo.
25 is 20 Trae Young, 21 Sabonis, 22 Damian Lillard, 23 Kawhi Leonard, 24 Paulo, 25 Franz, 26 Darius Garland.
Yeah, I got him in being better than Franz next year.
So the avenues for a man to be a top 20 level player are very clear. It's just about when he gets there or if he gets there. I don't know. I don't know what to think of a men's development path.
I just wanted to run that down, Ron, because from the Eastern Conference alone, I heard like 2 guys that were better athletes than Grant.
Yeah, Grant was
in just in the Eastern Conference alone, just 2. That's it in the whole conference.
But all right, y'all.
His size, because we didn't go Giannis and them.
Tupac Westside said, "Good morning, guys. I can buy Steph being in the top 10, but I would still have Magic Johnson above him. I personally value winning, individual skills, and based on traditional PGs, your skills as a floor general."
So, Chill, I just want you to, because I know you're the one that brought this topic. I also saw on TikTok you had that clip about you think that Magic and Steph have the biggest gap between the 1 and 2 at each position.
I think it's one of the biggest gaps, sure.
So just tell me if you were to make your case for Magic Johnson being better than Steph Curry, make that case. Tell me why Magic is that much better than Steph.
I think when I think about as a basketball player and I think about at the point guard spot, you could be a better basketball player than somebody, but they could be a better at a specific position. Ox and I had this conversation. I think Havlicek is better than Scottie Pippen. I think Scottie Pippen is a better small forward than Havlicek. With Magic, on the other hand, I think Magic is better in those aspects off the strength that Magic did a whole bunch of things that enabled him and enabled his unit to thrive. His ability to get the ball off the glass and go with it, that sped up their transition game. His ability in their system when he dropped the ball into Jabbar to play off the ball. I don't think he played off the ball better than Steph, but his ability to get the ball into Magic and play off of and get the ball into Jabbar. I apologize. Get the ball into Jabbar and play off of Jabbar and have Jabbar have the space that he had in order to operate. I think that Magic's ability to get downhill and get to the rim and finish at that size, I think that he revolutionized what the lead guard is at that time. Not necessarily revolutionized just the game, but revolutionized the lead guard, which ultimately revolutionized the game. And what Magic brought to the game, I feel like he birthed a bunch of different other guys. I think Steph Curry did that too, but I think that the guys that we have in the game today, we wouldn't have them without Steph Curry. Like there is no Luka, there is no Penny Hardaway, there is no Tracy McGrady without Magic Johnson, because it wasn't fashionable. It wasn't okay to have the lead guard be that big, to be that ball handler that Magic Johnson was, to be that scorer getting downhill, to be that guy to be that offensive engine that Magic was. If you aren't that, then you're going to have to be customarily not a small forward, but playing in the post. You're going to have to play on the box and do stuff that small forwards do. If you're playing with Magic, then you get to do a whole bunch of other things, because Magic's going to open up the game and make your life way less difficult than it already is. So if I'm thinking about a lead guard and I'm thinking about a guy, if I have a team and I want to give the basketball to this guy and I'm going to create an offense around this guy, it's Magic Johnson.
Do you fight that, real talk?
I don't fight against the things he's saying that Magic Johnson did as a basketball player. I just don't think that usurps what Steph Curry did. You talking about Steph Curry, you're talking about a guy that can bend defenses, right? He inverts defenses. He practically dismissed 4s and 5s, 2 7-footers playing on the court at the same time, because if your 4 or 5 cannot get out on ball screens after 3. And then he also just sets up his team in 3-on-4 situations or 4-on-3 situations over and over again. We discussed that earlier with Draymond, and Draymond was able to capitalize off of that with his good passing decision making. But I just think that Steph Curry being the greatest shooter ever is just immense value. And then on top of that, all of the ball skills that comes with it, the passing, the ball handling, the finishing at the rim, the pull-up shooting, that skill set is just better than Magic Johnson, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I like Magic, really appreciate Magic, respect the Magic, top 10. But he's not better than Steph Curry. And this is also potentially, I don't know if this is controversial. This is actually, to me, one of the biggest gaps as far as the 1 and 2 for each position. I have Steph Curry clearly better than Magic Johnson. The more I used to categorize, me personally, I used to have Jerry West categorized as a shooting guard for the longest until, I had to do my research. Shout out to the Hoops Talk podcast. You know what I'm saying? Jerry West is a point guard for the majority of his career. Now with that thought process, I think Jerry West is better than Magic Johnson. I'm just saying, I think Jerry West
wrap it up,
is a
y'all.
better basketball player than Magic Johnson. I think Jerry West is a better basketball player than Magic Johnson. Better score.
I just knew that's where you was going.
Call the FBI.
Okay.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Yeah.
So you got Steph, Jerry, Magic, or is Magic even top 3?
This is because
I just want to wait.
I just want.
Okay, answer that, and then I have a question.
Real talk. So can you just give me your top 3 point guards all time?
Answer that. I might for real call in the Army Reserve.
No, I got
Army moving for you.
I got Steph, I got Jerry, and then I got Magic.
But Magic.
Okay. With that being said, because 47 seconds ago, you said all respect to Magic, top 10. Jerry West top 10 now?
That was for the clip. That was
so we trolling.
Oh, so Magic is
no. What I'm saying is I had to be respectful in PC, but now
Magic isn't actually
Magic is not a top 10 player. No.
Okay.
This is for the clip.
Okay.
Get it.
No, Magic's not a top 10
everybody
player.
in the comments, light him up. His name is Real Talk.
First and foremost,
find him on all platforms.
Real Talk.
Let
You
me
can't
know
give
how
us
you feel about him saying that Magic's not top 10.
You can't give
I
us.
think you can give
logic.
very simple logic for Jerry West being better than Magic. It's not that difficult.
I don't think that's far-fetched at all.
I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear Jerry West being better than Magic. Go.
Jerry West is one of the best scorers in NBA history. He has some of the best playoff translation in NBA history. Don't just say buckets like that.
Yeah, it's the same reason why Michael Jordan's better than Magic Johnson. You don't get to bucket. No, it's the same reason.
Bucket.
That's not even close to the same thing because Jordan. We're going to talk about the other side of the basketball with Jordan.
Yeah, Jerry West is better than
No, y'all, hold on, y'all.
It's the same argument.
Y'all let
Real
Real Talk
argument.
explain. Let Real Talk explain.
Yeah, go ahead, Real Talk. No, go ahead. I'm with you.
I don't want to be the Magic disrespect guy, but I guess I'm here now. Okay, look, I'm here.
Yeah, you put yourself here. You can't.
Jerry West is he's a better scorer. Again, he's one of the best scorers in NBA history, right? Yep. One of the best pull-up shooters ever. He has some of the best playoff translation ever. If you go look at his playoff numbers year after year after year, averaging 30 plus on really good efficiency for a guard. I think when he came into the league, along with Oscar Robertson, it wasn't normal for guards to be shooting around or near 50% from the field. He did that repeatedly throughout his career. He was also better than Magic Johnson defensively while still holding a lot of that offensive value in the playoffs and regular season settings. Maybe not to the extent of Magic Johnson, but again, being one of the best scorers of all time and one of the greatest shooters of all time holds a lot of value in and of itself. And then later on in his career, he also developed as a passer and playmaker as well as we got to the early 70s, late 60s. Around that time. So, in my opinion, I think Jerry West is a better basketball player than Magic Johnson. That is my opinion. The more and more that I go and look at these other players and watch them play, again, I've been watching some Magic Johnson, outstanding transition player, greatest passer, arguably in NBA history, without a doubt. Developed his game as a scorer, got a post game later on. Again, developed as a jump shooter also. But again,
all around better basketball player. And to me, respectfully, if you put Jerry West with Kareem, do I think that Jerry West can stack up some rings too? Yes, I do. I believe that wholeheartedly. So I think that Jerry West is a better player than Magic Johnson.
So as a better basketball player, Jerry West, his ability to get buckets, his ability to make plays differently than Magic makes him better. Even though he did have Chamberlain when Chamberlain was still in his prime, and he wasn't able to get it done when he had Chamberlain. Also,
you say prime Chamberlain?
Yeah,
he won with Will. They won in 72.
Yeah, they did. He did win with Will.
Yeah, so I know one thing, real talk. I know Magic Johnson don't lose to Bill Russell year after year after year after year.
No,
especially with Will. I know that.
No, he doesn't. And but with him being a better basketball player, which I mean, I feel like there's some logic there. I mean, I don't think you give Magic Johnson enough credit as the basketball player that he is. I don't think you give Magic Johnson enough credit as the scorer that he was. The system that he played in, where the offense was ran through that big guy, the offense was ran when they played fast, where Magic was more of a passer who could score. When he played with James Worthy, when he played with Bob McAdoo, when he played with Jabbar. When he played with those guys, he was more of a distributor than he was a scorer, and then he became more of a scorer. I saw games where Magic did in the playoffs. He did go for 40. He did go for 30. He did go for 20 and 20 in playoff games. He did go for 20 and 20 in the regular season. He was doing all of that stuff while still winning games. Jerry West was doing that also, but as a bigger player, being able to get on the glass and rebound and speed the game up offensively. Magic Johnson was not the defender that Jerry West was. I won't argue that. But Magic Johnson was a good team defender. Because, I mean, to be able to get in the passing lane, to be able to rip guys in the passing lane, I think that holds a lot of value. Now, one-on-one, Magic having to stay in front of somebody, I think that you're asking way too much to do that. But the way that Magic affected the game all the way around, as a point guard, the way that Magic affected the game as a winner, being able, even though they called Jerry West Mr. Clutch, Magic Johnson was huge in the clutch. Magic Johnson was able to get things done way more than Jerry West was. And if I had to pick one of those two dudes, it was definitely Magic. I think he's.
What do you think? Do you think? And I'm not saying that Magic Johnson wasn't an elite playoff player himself, but I do want to who do you think is a better playoff performer between the two?
Who do I think a better playoff performer is between those two?
Mm-hmm.
I think Jerry West is a better scorer, but I think Magic Johnson played better in the playoffs than Jerry West.
I'm watching 1969 Game 7 again right now, by the way, and Jerry West is going pretty ham. And Will Chamberlain just went out because of an injury, so I wanted to read it. They didn't finish
which
that.
He didn't. Which he just needed to sit down for a second. It's the same Jerry West. I mean, it's the same Chamberlain. I think he averaged 12 shots a game in that series. 12. That's it.
Why?
He averaged like 12 shots a game for the season. It's not like he drastically changed.
And why is that?
Because Wilt Chamberlain made it abundantly clear he wanted to be the most efficient scorer in the NBA. So he actively passed up shots that he thought he might have missed. It's very well documented when you listen to Wilt Chamberlain and his coaches around the time. They were very mad that Wilt Chamberlain wouldn't shoot the ball because Wilt Chamberlain, very conscious of his stats, actively chose to not take shots he deems missable because he wanted to lead the league in field goal percentage.
Which is interesting, Mars.
His coach that year, what's his name? Butch Van Bread or something. Him was very mad at Wilt Chamberlain. Very mad at Wilt Chamberlain because Wilt actively chose not to shoot the ball at times. He actively chose not to do that. It wasn't that they weren't giving him the ball. Wilt Chamberlain touched the ball on most possessions. He either chose to pass the ball or not shoot the ball.
4 straight possessions I've seen Jerry West score the ball without Wilt in the game, and they've scored
it's very well documented that Wilt actively chose not to shoot the ball from time to time.
So
Also, Jerry West was just a better scorer.
Will's been out of the game now for 2 minutes chill, and Jerry scored in every single possession and gotten to the free throw line on every possession. And
Jerry West was also a better scorer than Wilt by this point, so there's nothing wrong with it.
Which is kind of interesting too that the both of you say that, because why was he playing then? I mean, if this guy was
he was the second best defender in the league. He was the second best defender in the league. That's why. Amazing rebounder, really good passer.
Yeah. But won't shoot the basketball. So
no, he did shoot the ball. He just chose not to shoot the ball if he thought he could miss. Very well documented. But he was still a top 5 player on the planet. You still play him. But he had him and his coach that year. Very well documented beef.
Him and Brand did not get along. No,
Wilt lost the step, and then they were talking about, Wilt can't score. And then Wilt heard that and then decided to score like 40 for like 4 straight games to show he could still score. And then went back to not shooting again. Wilt was very conscious of what people's opinions of him, and Wilt was very conscious of his stats. That's not a knock on Wilt or whatever. It's just the reality of the situation. When people said Wilt didn't pass, he said, "Okay, I'm going to lead the league in assists. Hey, you guys, if I pass you the ball, shoot, don't dribble. I need to get assists." That's what his teammates in Philly said.
Hey,
Wilt,
by the way, it's 103, 102. Jerry West has scored in every possession but one, and the one that just bricked it to put him up one right now was actually
Swiper. Why don't you bring? Well, so Swiper in 1980.
I'm still going.
No, Swiper, because you are nasty as hell.
Because you said he didn't get it done. I wanted to watch Game 7 again.
I understand why real talk jumps on you. So bring up when Magic.
There's no real talk jump. You said he didn't get it done. I'm looking at it right now.
So bring up the game because you make me sick with this shit.
There's
Bring up
nothing
the
to
game in
fix. You say you didn't get it
1991
done. I'm
in the
looking at the
playoffs.
context.
Bring up the game in 1991 in the playoffs when they played against the Warriors and he had 40. Bring up that game.
No. I'm not contending the Magic Johnson.
Bring that game up.
You said he didn't get it
all
done.
the time, man.
So I
You
wanted
do
to
that shit all the
remember
time.
what Jerry West did in the
That shit make me nuts when
1969
you do that.
finals. There's nothing to make you nuts. You're just screaming.
We already know how good Jerry West was.
No, you're screaming because
saying
you don't
that.
like that I'm looking into information about your point.
No,
You said he didn't get it done.
because it's nonsense. That's
You
why.
said no. Hold on, y'all.
It's nonsense that Jerry West was playing well down the stretch against 7.
Yeah, you don't get to do this. You don't get to do this. Chill. You don't get to do this. You just said he didn't get it done, so I wanted to look back into 1969
But Swiper,
to figure out what happened. I'm
you're
just
looking at You're looking at Game 7 though.
So this would have been their second ring, though. Is what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
There's a reason why Jerry West won Finals MVP. He was hooping.
I'm well. Okay,
yeah, he was hooping.
He was hooping, but I'm saying that wasn't his.
No,
only
I'm saying
year,
this would have been their first one. I'm saying this would have been their. I think they would have won 2. They would have won this one. They won the next one. I'm saying I'm looking to see what happened down the stretch of the series. I'm saying Jerry's playing well. There's no Wilt. And this is Game 7. It's like the end of the game, fourth quarter, 103-102. Wilt's still not in the game. Elgin Baylor just bricked. So I'm trying to figure out what he didn't do that you didn't like to say he didn't get the job done. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not dismissing Magic. Magic was also really good.
But Swiper, there was 8
you
other
did
years.
Say that, though.
It's not just that year. It's 8 other years. And
yeah, but he's performing at an extremely high level all the other years.
Yeah, I'm saying how are we blaming Jerry for this?
In Jerry West's finals career, his first ever finals, he lost in Game 7 to Boston. He averaged 31 points per game. The next year, he lost in the finals again to Boston. He averaged 30 points per game. The next time he was in the finals in 65, he averaged 34 points per game and lost to Boston. The next time he was in the finals, he averaged 34 points per game and lost to Boston. The next time he was in the finals, he averaged 31 points per game and lost to Boston. The Game 7 that Swiper's talking about in 69, he averaged 38 points per game and lost to Boston. The next time he was in the finals, he averaged 31 points per game and lost to the Knicks in Game 7. Then the next time he was in the finals, the time he finally won, we're at the end of Jerry West's career now. Last 2 seasons, he wins the finals for the first time of his career. He averages 20 points and 9 assists. And then the next time he's in the finals in 1973, they lose to the Knicks again. He averages 21 a game. Jerry West, for his career, averages 30 in the finals. He has one of the highest final scoring averages ever. He's one of the best guard defenders ever. He's one of the best playmakers of the era. Jerry West played well.
He just got to stop. He just got to stop. He just got a charge call on defense and going back down to shoot more free throws. So we're back.
What I'm saying
back
is,
in the situation.
If Jerry was this great, then why wasn't they winning?
Wilt Chamberlain's not playing. I'm literally watching it.
Before you guys
Wilt Chamberlain is literally not playing
because my GOAT couldn't be beat. That's why my GOAT could not be beat. That's the reason why they weren't winning. Because my GOAT could not lose. My GOAT could not lose.
And why I'm not giving Jerry this pass? It's because yes, we brought up.
It's not a pass. It's acknowledging that my GOAT couldn't lose. It's not a pass.
Here's also
my GOAT couldn't lose.
Yes, he had Wilt, but he also had another Hall of Famer over there.
Elgin's missing everything. I'm watching. Elgin's not doing anything.
Did he have my GOAT on his team? Did he have my GOAT on his team? Was Bill Russell on his team?
He had my GOAT. Wilt.
Bill Russell not doing anything right now. He's rebounding out the wazoo right now.
This is retirement, Bill Russell. He's too busy coaching.
Hold on. Elgin Baylor hasn't done anything. He literally is not doing anything.
What year is it? What year is it?
This is 69. This is bad. This is bad me, Elgin. This is bad me, Elgin.
Elgin Baylor had already slowed down.
But I'm not. Hold on, Ron.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the seasons where Elgin Baylor averaged 34.
I know, but Ron,
38,
just to give you the context, though, there's no Wilt. He just went out with an injury. He's still out. Elgin, to your point, is not the same Elgin. He's not doing anything. The only person that scored is Jerry West, and he's missed 2 baskets, made 4 others, and went to the free throw line 2 more times, and had a defensive stop. So I'm trying to figure out what else is he supposed to do. He's doing everything right now, but there's Elgin's there, like he's just sitting there, brick, and then he's floating on the other end. I'm like, what else you want him to do?
Jerry West was like that. I don't know. I don't think it's crazy to say Jerry West is better than Magic or Steph.
Jerry West is better than Magic. So Jerry West is a top 10 player all time.
I don't see a problem with having Jerry West in the top 10. I don't see a problem with saying Jerry West is a top 10 player ever. I don't see the problem.
Magic is outside of my top 10 now. Jerry West is.
He doesn't need to be out of yours. You're not Real Talk.
You just convinced me, Real Talk. You got it.
He's going Real Talk. He's going to do the thing where he's going to say you pushed him to say this when you didn't push him to say this. That's what I mean.
No, he didn't. No. Whoa.
Real Talk. Need to put Jerry West in the top 10. That's what he's going to do. The same thing he did to me in the Clippers. The same thing.
What? You didn't push me to do anything.
It's like I didn't push you to do anything on the Clippers. Okay.
Yes, you did. You 100%.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, Real Talk. Jerry West, a top 10 player all time. There it is. He better than Kobe too.
Well, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
That was
Kobe's not in his top 10. So if Real Talk,
Kobe outside. That's what we're doing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think away from Chill doing whatever he's doing right now, I think Jerry West has a very valid claim to be a top 10 player. That doesn't mean I think he is or he isn't. He has a very valid claim to be a top 10 player. He's one of the best guard defenders ever. Yeah, one of the most impactful defenders. Amazing in the passing lanes. It's really unfortunate that for a lot of these 60s guys, steals and blocks weren't tracked. Because Jerry West is racking up steals like crazy in the 60s. Like you watch games, he's going to get 4 or 5 steals. He's going to get a couple blocks. Like he's one of the best defenders in the league at his position. Then offensively, he's one of the best offensive players in the league for about a decade. He's one of the best scorers. He becomes one of the best passers as well. He's probably the best ball handler in the league, him or Oscar Robertson. Like he's doing all of these things while being able to play off the ball. He's able to come off screens, come off his big in the post and get hit nice jump shots, whether that's from the elbow, whatever. He's also hitting threes from deep range. Like the 3-point line didn't exist, so you don't see the benefit of Jerry West having extreme range. But he could hit threes from 22, 23, 24 feet. Just didn't count as a three. He could knock down free throws, and then like there wasn't really a hole in Jerry West's game. There wasn't nothing he couldn't do.
It was cold.
There was nothing he couldn't do, and then he performed in the playoffs as well. So he performed in the playoffs. He had no flaws in his game. He elevated his game in the playoffs. He elevated his game in the clutch. But because he didn't win a bunch of championships, and the reason he didn't win a bunch of championships is because the greatest dynasty to ever existed at the time in which he was playing. Yet somehow we're going to blame Jerry West for the fact that he wasn't able to win a bunch of championships. I don't think that's fair. Jerry West was amazing. Do I think he's top 10? Maybe, maybe not. I'll find out in 3 weeks where I think Jerry West ranks. But I think Jerry West has not only a claim to be better than Magic Johnson.
Everything that you just said about Jerry West, you said it about Magic. Everything, with the exception.
That's why I said I think he has a claim. I'm not saying Jerry West is better than Magic. I'm saying I think he has a claim. I think you could make a very coherent argument.
Say Magic Johnson
Jerry West is the best point guard ever. If someone came to me and said, I think Jerry West is the best point guard ever, and they gave me all of the reasons I've just laid out, I think they have a very valid claim to say that. I don't think it's crazy to say Jerry West is the best point guard ever. Not just better than Magic, better than Steph too. I Real Talk got Steph. That's fine. I think Jerry West has a very valid claim to that throne. I think that's fair. I don't think that's ridiculous to say he's the best point guard ever. I just don't. I think he's that amazing.
Because from a basketball standpoint, that's where you are with it. As a basketball player, you don't value what I value, which is the same thing that other people value. Then that's fine. With that being said, go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
What you said? Things in other.
No. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
No. Well, you just.
By the way, I got Jerry below.
I'm out on this.
I'm
out on this because
I don't have Jerry West about Magic either. That's only Real Talk.
I don't agree with Real Talk for what it's worth. I don't have Jerry above Magic.
Y'all do. I'm sitting there.
That's not why I engage in the conversation.
No, do this. I say it's a valid claim. That does not mean I agree with the claim. That does not mean I agree with the claim. Me saying someone has a valid claim to something. Me saying yes, I have. I've praised Jerry West on the point guard episode I did on my podcast. I spoke about Jerry West in very high fashion. But anyone who watched that, I had Jerry West number 3. I had Jerry West number 3. I had Jerry West number 3.
My point is Real Talk comes up here with this Jerry West shit, which I've never heard this about Jerry West, but Real Talk comes up here with this Jerry West shit, and none of us have ever talked about Jerry West this high.
And that's a mistake.
Real Talk has an agenda though, like not a bad. I'm not saying like a bad agenda. I'm saying you're trying to educate people about Magic Johnson.
I've been praising Jerry West. I've been praising Jerry West for years. In the time I've been saying Jerry West was the best scorer in the 60s. I said that. I said I think he was a better scorer than Wilt Chamberlain. Mr. 50. Yeah, what you listen to me is not relevant. Yeah, that's fine. What you don't hear doesn't change what I've been saying. It's documented. I've said it.
I've never heard you say he was a better scorer.
I've said it all the time. I've said many times on Open Gym, on the panel. I say it all the time. Anyone who's been listening to me for 3 years, I've said many times, whether it's on Open Gym or on the panel, I think Jerry West was the best scorer of the 60s. I've said that many times. Whether or not you heard me doesn't change that I've said it. But that's fine. Yeah. Anyone who's been listening to me for a few years has heard me say that. I've said that routinely. I've been very high on Jerry West for a very long time. Do I think he's better than Magic? No. Do I think he's better than Steph? No. Do I think he has a claim to be over those two? Yes. I think there's an argument to be made, and I think Real Talk made the argument that Jerry West is over Magic. Do I agree with the argument? No, because I have Jerry West number 3. I had Steph 1, Magic 2, Jerry 3. But just because I have Jerry 3 does not mean I don't think there's a claim that he has to be number 1. It's not a LeBron, Bird, KD situation where clearly number 1 is LeBron and everyone else is battling for second. I don't view it that way. I think there's a very valid claim. I could even make the argument for Oscar Robertson. I don't agree with the argument, but I can make the argument for Oscar Robertson too. I think both of them are just drastically underrated. Both of them are majorly underrated. But don't put it on me that I've never spoke of Jerry West glowingly. I've been a Jerry West support. 60s, I've been raving about. I've been praising the 60s as long as I've been up here. I've been praising the 60s. Oscar Robertson, Jerry West.
Jerry West as a bucket getter like
Bill
that.
Russell.
And for the record, I do listen to you, Mars. Even when we're not up here, I listen to you. I just never heard you talk about Jerry West like that.
That's fine.
I had Jerry West at 17 before I came on PC.
I've never heard you say he was a better scorer than Oscar. I never heard you say he was a better scorer than Chamberlain. I just never heard you. That's not to say you ain't never said that.
Yeah,
that's not.
You don't hear everything I've said. I don't hear everything you've said. Like I'm not. I'm just saying. I've been saying these things for a long time.
And by the way, people in the chat that are talking about leave Chill alone, like blah blah blah, like Chill's a grown man, and he is in this business for himself. Yes, he's no. He's great at this himself. He's great at this in his own right. He doesn't need anybody to come to his defense. Chill is going to disagree with people. Mar disagrees with people. Real talk, y'all don't do that. The real talk when he gets baked. Y'all definitely don't do it to me when I get jumped off the
nugget. It doesn't happen.
Anyway. All I'm saying is that y'all don't need to come out here and protect Chill like he's a child just because y'all like him because he's y'all's unk or something like that. He can stand on his own too. Let him do what he do. Like, golly, he don't need to be saved from nothing. If I disagree with him, I'm gonna disagree with him. My whole point, Chill, was that I felt it was unfair what you said about Jerry not getting it done. That was my only pushback. I don't think Magic is worse than Jerry either. I've never made that argument, and I'm not going to make that argument probably. I'm not open to it, but I agree that Magic is a better overall basketball player. But it's an open debate, but goodness gracious, like golly,
I think. All right, y'all. We got to get to these super chats. Real talk. We got a gang of them. Appreciate everybody that sent these through. Let's do it, y'all. No longer gay. Said put the almighty Brunson on Orlando or Atlanta, and they automatically finals favorites. That's how good Brunson is. Tell me why not.
Orlando, yes. I think that'd be a great.
Brunson and Trey would be hilarious.
They get busy, but
they be getting
what? They'll get chilled. They'll get busy.
Jalen can't fix all that.
Bro, the backcourt of Trey Young and Jalen Brunson is is a porta potty at a concert.
On the defensive end, on the offensive end, they get absolutely jiggy. Chill. Trey gonna do what Trey do, and Jalen Brunson's gonna cook every defense in the league.
Yeah.
Will Trey shoot over 40%? You think? Never mind. I think him on the Magic would be great. Him or Jalen Suggs. So him, Bane, Franz, Paulo, Wendell Carter Jr., Mo. Hey man, that'd be dirty.
That's one of the most ideal situations for him.
Though, I don't know if I get Trey, I can't give up Suggs though. I probably
for Trey Young.
I'm saying you probably have to try to figure out one of the other players.
Bane? Well, you don't think Bane and Trey make more sense than make more sense than Suggs and Trey?
No, I need a point of attack defender.
Bane.
Real talk. If Orlando
Bane can still do that, he still did that well last year. Like he still graded out as a good defender last year.
He's not Jalen Suggs.
I know, but Jalen Suggs is the worst overall player than Bane, though. To me, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I'm saying like Bane isn't like, but then now think about it: Bane, Wendell Carter Jr. behind him. And then Johnathan Isaac, and then maybe
still Paulo and Franz.
Anthony Black. We'll do a shout out one day.
You don't not get Brunson because you lose Suggs. You don't do that.
Let me know.
You make the move.
If
but
Atlanta
I'm
was
trying
willing
to
to
figure
give
out how
up,
to keep him first.
if Atlanta was willing to give up Trae Young, would Orlando do that?
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely.
Would Jalen Suggs straight up? If it's Jalen Suggs straight up, would they do that?
Trae Young.
If for Trae Young straight up, would they do that?
Well, so by the way, real talk. Bane is only three
Why
years.
would they do that?
Who you talking about? Atlanta?
Why would Atlanta sabotage their team?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jalen
built
Suggs
this team for Trae Young.
Jalen and Dyson Daniels defense.
They built the team for Trae Young.
Mars, come on. I'm not giving up Trae Young for.
I'm not.
Hey, it's like 10 players
Rob,
in
would
the
you
league.
trade Trae Young for Halliburton?
If I'm them, no. Hell no. If I'm them, no.
I said you.
No.
You think Trae Young's better than Halliburton? Oh, wow.
Yes,
oh, wow.
I've made this abundantly clear.
Not
Trae Young is the fourth
not in your
best,
rankings you did yesterday.
He's the fourth best point guard in the NBA. Trae Young.
Well, in your rankings, you try to put Holly in the top 15.
Should
out
be
of here,
third
Trae
for
Young.
real, but
I mean, but that's based off the season, not. Well, actually,
that's what I'm saying. Like
I think Trae had a better newsflash. I think Trae had a better season than Halliburton.
No, you didn't argue that yesterday, though. Like, you didn't say that once.
That was not the argument.
But you did actively advocate for Tyrese Halliburton in the top 12.
Nobody asked me where Trae Young was ranked, and nobody asked me.
Somebody asked you. You didn't get a chance to initiate your thoughts. I got you. Because you did when Penn said what he said. You did want to put Hallie in the top 12.
Yeah.
So why didn't you make the same argument for Trae Young though? You,
Swiper. What are you?
I'm asking a legitimate question. Am I speaking a different language?
I got Trae up as high as I could potentially get him. I'm not finna just say something and everybody just dive on me for what? I just said what I said. I think Trae Young had a better season than Halliburton. So if Halliburton is 13, Trae should be 12 then. That's that.
Right.
Hey, but once again, I value somebody leading the league in assists. I value somebody averaging damn near 13 assists or damn near 12 assists. I think that's
about that stuff.
I think that's insane.
I care about that stuff too.
Averaging 24 and 12 is out of this world. But
I care about that too.
You know, he does put up great volume stats.
Yeah.
Just wish he was a little bit more efficient. That's all.
Bro, can you get this dude out of here? I'm tired of him. Please get this dude out of here. Please.
We know who.
Like his whole rendition is the
Buddy been glazing all day.
You know what this dude said? You know what this dude said yesterday? He said that he's got mind control over me. You don't even have mind control over your own mind. You get high all the time. How the hell you got mind control over me? You high all the damn time. But you got mind control
Buddy
over
said
me.
hold on. Buddy said he was
on
his rooftop earlier soaking in the sun. So like maybe he has a good life.
He said he's got mind control over me, yet he's high all the time. You ain't got control over your own mind.
Yeah,
how the hell that's possible?
Chill, I just put him out like a roach.
Get your ass out of here, man. This dude is so stupid. And then the other dudes just fall in line with him. Like the other dude on there, it's Christian, whatever his name is. You know that he came on my show, he came on Ox and I's show on Saturday and said that this whole thing is just for entertainment. Yet he gets around his cronies, right? He gets around his cronies, and all he wants to do is
expose him, Jill. Expose him.
All he wants to do is get around his crony. When he gets around his cronies, he's insulting me. He comes on Saturday, Real Talk. You know, Chill, I ain't really got nothing against you, right? I ain't really got no problem with you. But when he gets on here with his cronies, I'm old, I'm senile, I'm dumb, I don't know basketball, stuff like that. That's what's going on. But it's all entertainment, Chill. These dudes, I swear, are some of the goofiest people that you will ever want to meet in your life. And the fact that I even entertain this stuff, is taking years off my life. It's nuts.
I wouldn't say that. I think you look amazing. Skin's great, hairline still in place. You know,
wait, Chill. Who are the cronies? Who are the rest of the cronies, Chill? Can you go ahead and expose?
Yeah. Who the rest of?
Oh my god.
The rest of the other dude. What's the other dude's name in here?
Baba.
I
know it.
Baba said, quote, "I'm only here to piss Chill off. That's it. He ain't here for nothing else. He ain't here to actually talk basketball. He ain't here for nothing else. I'm just here to piss Chill off. That's it. He ain't here for nothing else. He's the dude in the back of the class that's doing spitballs. That's him.
Not paying attention, not studying.
Nothing. He ain't doing nothing, Swiper. He's in the back of the class, balling up paper, throwing it at people, throwing spitballs. That's his whole rendition. Nothing else is going on with him. Zero. So when we actually sit up here and we actually talk basketball, it's interesting when you guys talk, they all come at me. All of them, which I think is so dope, right? Because that means that I do have some sort of aura. But with that being said, that means that I do have some.
Just a little, hey, just a little flex, chill. Just a little.
I think I got a little bit of that. But with that being said, I think that with what these dudes do every day, like every day, I am honored by the fact that I every day am a part of your day.
Yes,
you ain't a part of my day.
Yes,
you are not. You get up in the morning, and when you get up in the morning at 11 o'clock, you here for me.
Yeah,
you ain't here for no other reason.
Matter of fact, let me add a name. One buddy, Baba. I'm gonna leave Frank. I actually like Frank. Frank is cool. He just be trolling.
I do too.
Kareem,
I like Frank.
Kareem. All of y'all. Every day y'all wake up and y'all think of chill. They go home. They talk
Kareem
to their
in the
friends
chat
about
cooking.
They talk to their friends about it. They be like, you know what I did?
Kareem be on Chill's side.
No, he was like, no. I told Chill. I told Chill in the chat that he was a bum. Look at me, Mom. What did you think about what I did today? Look at this accomplishment.
I cooked him in the chat. I cooked this dude in the chat. Give me a break. Give me a break.
All right, y'all. Back
As
to
you were
it.
saying, Ron. I apologize.
Hunter sent through a super chat and said, "Real talk on a Magic Johnson episode. Yeah, we in for something special.
Yeah, we in for Jerry West's over Magic.
Think about that. Yeah.
That shouldn't be a crazy take.
I don't think it's crazy. I just disagree, but I don't think it's crazy.
Hey, we'll see what TikTok has to say about it.
They finna be all
TikTok's
they
gonna
need to
cry.
tear up podcast equipment. Who is this fat nigga talking?
When did they say
pick up a basketball ever in his life?
When did they say that? Real talk?
Oh no! Oh, and the issue is I'm there saying, yeah, go on, Roto. They're gonna fry me too.
No, I already know.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've never seen somebody call you fat in the chat, bro. So man,
Frank does it 24/7. What are you talking about?
Well, Frank's a body watcher though, but he just wants people to be in shape. That's all that is. That's all it is, man. Shout out to
Shout out my man.
Frank sell insurance. He be in the chat trying to get his life
I
insurance.
did Frank. Me and Frank.
Hey, Frank, I saw you got a policy off this morning. Hey, salute to you, Frank. Let's pop a bottle of champagne after this. On Throwback Thursday, me and you.
No, look. Frank is from Jersey, and I think Frank. Get me wrong. I think you Italian. I mean, I'm used to Franks. I'm used to Frank. Now, Buddy and them, I'm not used to. Those
Frank's
are
like those blizzards you eating.
Those are like trailblazers. Like Buddy and them are trailblazers. Those are true Hall of Fame trailblazers.
See what we doing? See what we started.
Nah, Frank cool though. Frank cool.
Yeah, I can get with Frank. I could definitely get with Frank.
By the way, somebody asked how much this was. I won this in an auction. I'm not gonna tell you how much I paid for this, but just know that when I saw it, I knew it was mine. Just like when I saw her, I knew she was mine. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Swipe was going with your bad self.
Shout out to Planet Her, man. Shout out to Planet Her.
The whole time you used the Franks.
Masinko said, everyone who says Steph isn't a PG, stop ranking. I think he meant to say stop ranking Bron and Jokic.
No, he said
PGs.
start
ranking
Bron and Jokic as PGs as well.
But
I was going to bring that kind of concept up, but
Well, I think Jokic is a better point guard than Steph too.
Could we put Bron in the all-time great point guard conversation?
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
I mean, by your logic, he is a point guard.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
So now, Magic.
I don't mind. That means KD's the best one for whatever, in my opinion. So,
Exactly. KD's not the best one for whatever.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Point guard.
I'm a point guard. Let's get it.
Cowboy Bob said, "Stop devaluing them. Regardless of talent, to play to the level of your peers, and not only hold your own, but be as good. Then that should go to them. They was top regardless of teammates. Go New York, go."
I don't even know who he's talking about. Steph and Magic?
Yeah, he's talking about Steph and Magic.
Your teammates change how you play and your effectiveness. It's a team sport. Your individual impact is directly correlated to what's around you. So I don't know.
Kareem NYK 2001 said transition is the greatest form of offense. Magic is the best offensive player of all time and could force one at will. He was an elite interior scorer and the best passer ever by far. 87 through 91 Magic clears.
I agree with the first sentence. I disagree with the first half of the second sentence. Agree with the second half of the second sentence. Agree with the third sentence. I don't know how I feel about the fourth sentence.
Mars has made this kind of argument to me before because I'm like, I don't think Magic Johnson was the greatest player in the half court, but then he was like, well, if he could just play in transition the whole time, which they did, I mean, it doesn't matter. Which, I mean, fair argument. I just think that number one, in more modern defenses, I don't think he could just spam transition the whole time like that. He would have to show us what he could do in half court settings, and that's where I just start the.
For what it's worth, the Pacers are kind of able to manufacture transition opportunities in the modern game.
And I think Halliburton is overrated.
Yeah, but you're saying that guys couldn't do it in the modern game, but a team is literally doing that in the modern game.
As much as them?
Not to the same degree. I don't think it's as noticeable in the modern game because everyone is trying to push pace, whereas the Lakers were kind of an exception, along with like the Nuggets with Doug Moe and them. But you are able to push pace in every era.
But see, this is what I'm saying, Amar.
In every era.
I think the Pacers play fast. I don't think they're always playing in transition, though. I think those are two.
Oh, yeah, they're not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I do think the defenses realize, we have to get back. Now, they still getting, like, mismatches. They're still getting cross matches. They're still creating, like, 4-on-3s a little bit until the two trailing defenders go into the play. But, like, I'm saying their Magic is getting rebound, push, it's me and another Laker and one defender, like, regularly. I don't think he gets that as regularly today as.
Well, that's because guys crushed the offensive glass more back then, so the guys were caught.
And then everyone ran transition. I don't think he gets that as well.
I think that's what I would argue. That's what makes Magic more impactful in today's game because he's still able to generate transition in an era that's harder to generate transition, which would make transition more valuable, in my opinion. If you're, let's say, random numbers, not accurate numbers, random numbers. Let's say in the 80s, Magic Johnson was able to manufacture transition opportunities 20% of the time. The rest of the league is at 15. So Magic is still doing more than the rest of the league, but it's 20 to 15. In today's game, let's say he does it 17% of the time, so less, but the rest of the league is at 10. The value, I think, increases because he's able to generate transition opportunities at a rate that no one in the league is able to replicate. It's what made Nash so special to me. I'm just high on the guys who do that. I'm high on Nash. I'm high on Magic. I'm high on Halliburton. Like, that's where the disconnect is because I think being able to play in the half court is valuable. But if you're able to turn your half court possessions into transition possessions,
I'm high on that.
Or even fast-paced possessions, like that aren't even transition possessions, but you're just able to attack a cross match because you're going with 17 on the clock. That's still valuable. That's not transition, but it's an advantageous half court possession. You've created an advantage just by playing fast. To where when you're in the half court, you have something you can go to. Amari Stoudemire now has a wing on him because we've pushed the pace in their cross match. Kareem now is dealing with a trailer and a big's out of position because we've had to stop Magic with the ball. So now Kareem has an easy opportunity. It's not transition, but we've created offense through transition. So
I definitely get that. I definitely understand that concept, and I do actually value that. I think that's also something like Jason Kidd was able to do, even though he couldn't score the ball. Like I get that concept, but to me, it's just how much value of that am I going to put over a player when I deem that real basketball in most settings is half court basketball. Like it's just
real basketball.
That's just that's most playoff basketball.
But the Lakers offenses were always amazing in the playoffs though. So it's like
I know, but they were able to
didn't.
But I also argue that the transition defense was just worse. Then it just was worse.
Real talk.
I do be forgetting you do be air attacks, and I do.
You do also
all the time. That's why Real Talk about Magic the way he does for that reason right there.
Yeah, but he got Jerry West.
It's kind of ironic. So I was about to say that. Which is ironic because
Magic.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Real talk.
I'll air attacks, but if I see a player who and again, this is all subjective. I don't, everybody's not correct or anything. But I've watched Jerry West play. I can see in my mind Jerry West with his skill set right there, being able to translate throughout eras of basketball and still being Jerry West, an elite player that we saw then. That's what I'm saying. And I do think
there's no era that Magic wouldn't be great though.
You said what?
There's no era that Magic wouldn't be great though, especially this era.
I don't think Magic Johnson. See, this is what I'm saying, right? I don't think Magic Johnson today is as good as he was.
I think he's even better. Real talk. What you're not factoring in.
Defense would be problematic.
What you're not factoring in. I think he'll be all right on defense. I'm 6'8" and can move. I can guard forwards. Like,
is he a worse defender than Luka Mars?
No.
Is he a worse defender than Trae Young Mars?
No.
Okay, so as a bucket getter, is he just as good as Trae Young as a bucket getter?
He's better.
No.
Okay, so he's better than Trae Young as a bucket getter. So when we factor in him being better on defense than Trae Young, him being a better bucket getter than Trae Young, who Ron already
better than Trae Young.
Yeah, he's better than Trae Young.
But Trae Young's not a top 20 player to me.
Is he better than Jokic?
Sorry, carry on. I did cut you off. I'm sorry. Carry on.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, Mars. So if we live in an era where Magic at 6'9", the mismatch hunting that we have today, how wide open the game is today. Not only just the mismatch hunting, how wide open the game is today, how good Magic was as a distributor. I think he would destroy the game today because those 4 or 5 matchups, those 4 or 5 matchups, those 1-5 matchups, he's hunting those all day. As fast as these guys play, he's going to take advantage of that on every level. We're getting Jokic in the action. We're getting Luka in the action. We're getting Trae Young in the action. We're getting Brunson in the action. We're doing all of that stuff.
And then they're getting him in the action on the other
every single possession.
That's why I think the defense would be problematic.
Which, when we look at Magic as a defender, right? When we look at Magic as a defender, I'm not sitting up here saying that he was Jerry West, where he could stay in front of guys consistently.
He wouldn't be able to stay in front of people though. I'm not running basic isolation. No, sorry.
No, we go, bro. I'm
see what you guys did.
I feel like we've done this. For. I apologize, Miles. I'm good.
Real talk. One thing I do want to throw out there though is you gotta also factor in with this era. Magic got, and this is in transition. In that era, everybody's running to the hoop for layups. Now I got people flaring out to the corners. I got people trailing in transition for threes. You know how Magic's gonna pick apart the defense when he has 2 or 3 shooters around him. Don't give him. You guys
think Magic is playing the 1 in today's game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's like the most obvious forward in my opinion. But
I mean, even as a forward though, like it don't really matter.
Yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't matter what position he's playing.
Just because you have the ball,
I wholeheartedly believe he's playing the 4. Wholeheartedly believe.
Hey, quick side note to you guys. This guy in the chat, Andrew G, and Ox was there. He came on our show, and I completely fried him. And he said, "quote I was sick that day."
Yeah.
That's what he said. I just want to let you guys in the chat know that.
Well, chill. I hope you don't catch him on a day when he's not sick. Maybe he
was just having a flu game, man.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
That's what he said. Anyway.
All right, y'all. Tupac Westside said a few weeks ago during the DeAndre Ayton segment, said OG Chill. A few weeks ago during the DeAndre Ayton segment, you used the same kind of back scratcher my late granddad used. Not relevant, but it brought back good memories. Thanks, old man.
Absolutely, brother.
Shout out to back scratches.
Chill, what other kind of all-time great black items you got in the house? You probably got an African picture on the wall for sure in that house. I mean, for sure. You probably got one of them statue with the African lady with the bin in the front, like one of them. I mean, I know I got them.
Shout out to African art. See, there you go.
Chill. You probably got a what's the vinyl? The vinyl player definitely got a vinyl player somewhere in there. Yeah, I know. Chill got it. Chill, you got plastic on your couch?
I ain't got no plastic.
All right, y'all. No longer Gabe said Draymond Loki a better passer than Magic. LOL.
I'm not going.
Yeah, told you. Well, that's not the same, but told you.
I do have a Buddha in the house. Yes, I do.
Shout out, no longer Gabe said Draymond Loki a better passer than Magic. LOL. Draymond is responsible for Curry great looks off the ball, and he does it as a non-floor spacer. LOL. And he's amazing defensively. Top 10 two-way player.
Real talk. This is your fault. You don't want to start it.
No.
This is your fault.
We got more super
This is your fault. You don't want to start it.
He said that super chat 2 hours ago. Don't blame Real Talk for that.
Next round,
shout out to Draymond though. Amazing defender.
No longer Gabe said, "Yep." Or he said, you guys are underselling Byron Scott. He'll be a great scorer / 3-point shooter in this era. And he was great defensively. And Coop and the dirty work guy, AC Green, tell him chill.
Yeah, Byron Scott was catching lobs back then. Like, shout out to Byron Scott, man. Yeah, shout out to Byron Scott.
Michael Cooper was catching like. In fact, before the term alley-oop, it was deemed chill. You made the Cooper loop.
Yes, that's what it was.
So yeah, he would Magic and would throw that.
Yeah, he had lob threats back in the day.
Yeah, and Michael Cooper low key would also be a spacer today as well too.
Y'all tripping? Eddie Jones beat all NBA players today too.
Yeah, back then.
Teddy Hart sent through a $10 super chat and said MJ literally said in a Larry King interview that his vertical was never measured. Hence, the 48-inch vertical is a myth. It was more realistically closer to 44, which is still outstanding.
So
he's still an S-tier athlete, regardless of whatever his vert was measured.
So that'd be the same.
But for Swiper, real talk, and Teddy Hart to be looking at my you Swiper, that's your name, ain't it? Swiper, Swiper, real talk, and Teddy Hart to say, well, I'm looking at Jordan, and I can look at that and see that it's not 48, it's closer to 44. It's just crazy.
I never said that.
It's just crazy. You just agree with it. I heard you in real talk down there grunting and shit. I know what that means.
Nightmare Balla 1 said, chill. The biggest gap is between 1 and 2 point guards. What? There is an argument for either guy. The gap is literally the smallest. The actual biggest gap is small forward because it's Bron and it ain't close.
Yeah, can I say that? Can you? Well, we already went over this. Can you be a better player at basketball? To real talk's point, can you be better as a basketball player, but somebody be better at the lead guard position? Is that fair?
Yes, the Pacers. Look at the Pacers.
I guess, but I just don't. If we're gonna tax Steph for not being a traditional point guard, Magic has to experience the same tax. I'm sorry, it's
not traditional.
Magic's not a point guard. By most measures of point guard, historically, Magic's not a point guard. He's a forward who got given the ball. He's LeBron James. LeBron James is not a point guard for the same reason Magic Johnson would not be a point guard. Magic Johnson came in playing next to Norm Nixon. He came in not a point guard. By the same, I just thought the same argument would have to.
But he did come in as a point guard, though. But that's the thing, he did come in as a point guard.
He played the first 4 years of his career.
He came in not playing the point guard. He came in not playing point guard. Then his next coach said, "Yeah, we're not going to use you as a point guard." Magic said, "Trade me," and they fired him so then he could play point guard. Magic didn't come in he came in wanting.
He played the point guard. He played the point guard.
But Norm Nixon was their point guard.
But Magic had the ball also at the lead guard spot. Yes,
combo guard is what they call it. Combo guard. He did both.
Mars,
Norm Nixon and Magic both played point guards.
Mars, I think that might be the case with him in this era. I think he may start as a 4, but eventually he's just going to transition to the ball.
I think they'll give him the ball, but if Magic's a point guard, I think LeBron is a point guard. If that's what we're doing, because stylistically, Magic and Bron are very similar, but we don't call Bron a point guard, rightfully so, in my opinion.
We should,
but we call Magic a point guard. And I'm saying the reason I call Magic a point guard is because he's listed at the 1. That's what I do. But if we're going to say it's based on play style, either Magic and Bron are both point guards, or neither one of them are point guards. If it's based on play style alone, and so does LeBron.
But he does do point guard stuff though, Mars. Yes, that's a fact.
I
think he does more point guard stuff than Steph does.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But does he do more point guard stuff than LeBron does?
I think so. Yeah.
Who, Magic?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, he does, Mars.
What do you mean? How?
I think that one, James is definitely more of a scorer than James is.
Yeah. Okay.
He does have the ball as much as Magic does.
Yes.
I think he doesn't get that. Magic doesn't get downhill as much as James does and score at the rim. No, Magic I think initiates the offense more.
That's the thing with me is just initiating the offense.
I think he
initiating the offense doesn't mean go pick and rolls and stuff like that. Offensive initiation can simply be me passing the ball to somebody, and then that starts the offense. Magic bringing the ball up the floor, just passing the ball into the offense and starting the offense. That's what it is. Magic in that time.
That's what Bron does.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't.
I don't think he does it. I don't think he does it as much as Magic does. He's the initiator. He's the orchestrator. He's the guy. Now we've seen guys play. We've seen guys play with Matt. I'm sorry, with James off the ball more. Like Kyrie Irving had the ball more than James did, right? I think that I want to say either in 16 or 17.
I don't know if that's true.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, then Steph still is a point guard to you, because Steph still 9 times out of 10, when they inbound the ball,
it's inbounded to Steph, and then throw pitches into Draymond, and then just run.
Right. But is he doing that real talk more? Is he doing that more than Magic is doing it?
I mean, he doesn't.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't want to. I wouldn't say. Maybe
I think more people bring up the ball in today's game in general. Like, Jalen Johnson brings up the ball for Atlanta on multiple occasions.
And Dyson
Trae Young's still a point guard.
Yeah, wait, chill. Why do you think? Actually, it's actually a good question. Thank you, Mars. Do you think Jalen Johnson's point forward?
I think he does play some point forward. Yes,
because he throws like I said, he throws the 4th most passes in the league, like at 61 last year.
Jalen's a good. He's a pretty good passer.
Okay, so I would say that I don't think position on playmaking and passing is as reliant on being a point guard as it used to be. I think whatever the position you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I just think Jokic, LeBron, Luka, they're all huge, but they all are point guards.
Like Luka's a point guard, but LeBron's not. Does that do they both not do functionally the same things for their teams?
No, they do. The thing with Bron is he came in listed as a small forward, and back then
he came in as a 2 guard as a rookie, technically.
But like even on those Cleveland teams, Bron he brought the ball up the floor, but they actually had like Mo Williams to bring the ball up a whole lot more than probably any other teammate he played with, other than probably Luka now. But like even on the Miami Heat team, he was listed as a power forward. So it's been like literally years where Bron has been listed as at other positions. Luka's always been listed as a point guard. So
Bron's only point guard.
I think he was listed as a 2 in his rookie year next to Dennis Smith. But
is Bron's only point guard year 2020?
Listed point guard.
2020 and 2021. 2020.
Yes, I thought he was the lead guard that year.
But
my only point is that listed positions I think is probably the best thing to go off, because if it's based on play style, then LeBron I think has to be a point guard. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
All right, y'all. Toast the Goat said Chill don't realize Kerr made that system for the other guys to be better.
Yeah, I think it maximized the team.
It was for everyone. Yeah, Steph, Draymond, Clay, Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, all of them.
I'm not suggesting that he only made that. I'm not suggesting that system was made primarily for Curry. No, because I mean everybody benefited from it. So no, I'm not suggesting that at all.
Kareem NYK 2001 said, keep going, Chill. Mars and Swiper are stuck in the cult of modernism. The equipment and rules have changed, not humans. Not humans.
That's what I said.
We've already went over
modernism.
That's what I said, word for word.
We went over this.
People just don't listen to the words I say. Like, it is what it is. Like, I literally said word for word, the advancement in technology and equipment have led to athletes performing better. Human literal genetic evolution takes millions of years. I literally said those things word for word.
Yes,
I mean, but it doesn't take millions, but I do, because it actually factually doesn't take millions, but I'm not containing to you, just more so the public.
Yeah.
But I do think, Chill, like for me, like I said, I think us in technological ingenuity, it's a part of human development. So like I think all of this is like progressing us moving forward as a whole. I think we're gonna live longer, be healthier, and I think as time goes on, unless the planet dooms itself because of global warming or something like that, we will progressively get better as a species, because we have to.
Evolution is a myth anyway.
Well, I'm not talking about evolution. 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 Those two different things.
Mark, it is. Next time I see you with
two different things.
I'm telling you, evolution isn't real anyway.
I mean, we can make that the title of the episode tomorrow, and y'all can talk about it tomorrow.
No, let's do that. I'm about that.
All right.
Technological advances are part of what we do.
Victory the Great said, sorry, Chill, but you are ignoring the other qualities of Steph. He's a great passer. Surprisingly for me, a good rebounder, in my opinion.
And all of that stuff is a fact.
I mean, great passer,
better than Magic at it. That's all.
He's not a great passer. He's a good passer.
Who's a good passer?
Steph.
Curry.
Yeah, I don't know what the bar for great and good is, but
We had him in B when we did our passing ring.
in the league today.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds fair.
We had him in the same category as SGA, so I think he might be a better passer.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, he's a better passer than Shea.
That's wrong. He's better.
Which part's wrong?
Steph's a better passer than Shea. He's a
that's right. I think Steph is the next whatever up. Yeah.
Cash 89 said, "At what point, season or game, did you guys notice LeBron wasn't the same athlete? Currently watching a 2015 Cavs game, and the difference is crazy."
You're not 2015 Cavs game. You're not watching LeBron James. You're watching LeBron James. Like that's not him. That's someone else. That doesn't count as LeBron. I call him whatever you want. That does not count as LeBron. But I think the athletic decline became. I mean, it depends. Like it became noticeable, like after Miami, that he wasn't the same level as he was in Miami. But then I think you saw another decline once he got to the Lakers.
For me, it was 21, Mars. It was vivid. For me, it was vivid in 21.
Yeah, that was
Solomon Hill ain't helped things either. So like, there's phases. I think when he hurt his groin in 19, there was a decline. Then Solomon Hill, there was another decline, and then I think in the last couple of years we've seen another pretty major decline.
Also, I think for many Bron fans, the moment I remember most tangibly, Mars, that they said he's not the same is the 23 Western Conference Finals when he missed the dunk. He missed a dunk like an open. I think remember real talk. He lost the ball.
It was a breakaway dunk, right?
Yeah, he lost the ball out of his hands, I think, and then everybody was just kind of like, a few years ago that would have been like, windmill through the legs, like the tomahawk he used to always do. I think that was probably the most loud. Like he's not the same player. That
you go watch 09 LeBron and then go put a game from 2017 on. It's
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was for me. It was second stint Cleveland. That's when I was like, oh yeah, because Miami, he fresh off Miami LeBron, and that was.
Or put a game from 2025 on, and you could see him windmill on Derek Lively.
That dunk was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Ron, in 09, and I know we got to move on, Ron, but in 09, it looked like he was on fast forward and everybody else was on regular speed.
09 LeBron is something.
09,
2010 LeBron.
Bro,
2010 gets swept under the rug because he got an elbow injury in the playoffs. But 09 and 2010 LeBron is some of the most freakish stuff I've ever seen.
He did a double clutch from the right in front of the free throw line, one hand, like underneath someone. Like he just
09 LeBron dunked from the free throw line in a game.
Yeah.
I swear I saw Bron, and this was like 2013 or it was right. I think it was right. It might have been right when he got back to Cleveland or right before he left Miami. I bullshit you not. He jumped in, bro. You seen this shit, bro? I swear to God, bro. He jumped in the air, so he's already in the air going this direction, and this motherfucker moved in the air. Like I swear to God, I seen this shit. Bron was in the air going this direction. And he start going this direction. Like, it was crazy, bro. I swear to God, this nigga, bro, be doing crazy shit, bro. Like, he's not
Bron
real.
Bron got the Wilt stories already.
Oh, y'all get ready for the 20 years, the Bron stories.
Oh, the Bron stories
will be able to believe us.
Yeah,
it was like he was swimming, but in the air, not in the water. He was like propelling himself and moving. It was crazy. I seen this shit.
He has the best alley-oop I've ever seen in my life.
I remember what he did to Nemanja Bjelica, like, what was that, in 21?
I remember that too.
That was nasty.
Remember the first game LeBron played in was in Portland, wasn't it? The LA game?
Was it?
Both
it
of
was
those
in
dunks?
set. It was in set.
You talking about when he caught Nurkic?
No, I'm talking about the LA.
When he got to LA.
It was Portland.
My bad.
Him and Dame had that dunk sequence.
Yeah, back to back.
That was tough. Yeah,
that game that they played against the Trailblazers, Ron, when they played against the Trailblazers, when he caught that. When he caught
Nurkic?
No. When he played against the Trailblazers, when he caught the ball and brought it down, like he
Yeah.
That was 2010.
Yeah.
Trying to tell people 2010 Bron.
Mm-hmm.
I was at that game, by the way.
Oh yeah, Shaq was there.
Polaroid. Yeah, Polaroid.
I was at that game.
I'm trying to tell you, like 2010 Bron gets slept on because he got an elbow injury in the playoffs. He was 09 LeBron, but arguably better. Like he was doing the same stuff. It's just the playoffs fell apart and he got his elbow injury and then the Celtic stuff. But 2010
and then he ran to Miami.
But 2010
the best alley-oop with the Wade era, real talk, was a bad pass by Wade. Remember, he had 2 of them that game. The second one, Wade threw it, but threw it too far left. So Bron's in the air, ready for a right, and it had to catch it left.
See, real talk. See, what Swiper doesn't understand, because Swiper's never been able to play around in the air. That's fine. That's fine.
Real talk.
Okay, Swiper. Okay. So
you jump like a tree.
Okay. So what I'm saying, real talk. Because Swiper ain't never played around up in the air before. He ain't never been up here. You know what I'm saying? So he don't understand that wasn't a bad pass from Wade. What Wade was doing was throwing the ball where only Bron could get it.
You know, that's why I had a problem with
like
Marvin.
When you like real talk, real talk.
Well, Swiper really understood football. You would know that too.
You know what I'm saying? When your real talk, your big man tell you, no, make.
I'm not letting somebody who didn't study or watch film tell me anything.
Go get it, yeah, go.
Ron, look, chill. Ron, every film room in the back in the summer.
Ron, wake up, yo! You gonna miss it. This is why we gotta run extra.
Ron, you better stop letting Swiper talk to you like that. I'll be seeing his workouts. He a muscle mommy. He be on the bed. He be doing those ones like this, with the legs on those.
Hey fellas, I really do gotta bounce though.
He be doing
throwing
a whole bunch of thigh meat. Swiper, muscle
that's fine. Hey, you like my legs is nice. I want to tell you, bro. Keep saying what you want. They nice. They look good.
Antoine El Hosron said, I feel you guys think that Bilal is tiers below the Thompson twins and Tumani, etc. He has the best offensive upside other than a man if he can dribble.
Yeah, he does have the best offensive upside other than a man. I agree.
Bilal, nice. It's just the whole Wizards thing.
I already know how Swiper dress in real life.
Cam Whitmore said he's hoping to make the play-in next year.
Swiper, you dress like one of them bodybuilder niggas, huh? You dress jeans be painted on damn near.
There's real pictures of me in video.
Tight as hell.
There's picture and video.
Tight as hell, trying to walk around.
No, I mean there's literally active video and pictures of me on. Matter of fact, if you go to my Instagram, which I don't use for anything, you can literally see it's a Swiper. You can see the outfits, and some of them are baggy jeans, some of them are fitted jeans, some of them is loose, some of them is tight. It depends. The difference is, real talk, I can dress well, so I can wear whatever, suits, ties, whatever you want. I can just do it all. I got versatility. You still in school. You still in wearing sweats every day. That what you wear right there, you wear that every day to school. Yeah, you do. You wear that every day. You ain't wear that one time.
I am in a medical field.
You take that jacket off.
You wear scrubs.
I wear scrubs.
Hey, real talk. Hold on. Real talk. You know what you need to scrub? That jacket right here, the armpits. Go ahead and scrub that. Clean that for us.
Sir, I smell great right now. I don't know.
Yo, all right,
Swiper alone. He ain't playing today.
No, I'm gonna get on his ass because this nigga always up here talk about me when he come up here looking like a big toe. The mustache is the hair at the knuckle. Ugly ass boy. Hell
real
no.
talk. I'm not gonna lie to you. Real talk.
Real
talk. You start joning. Real talk. You start joning with me, you gonna lose. I'm not. Hold on. Real talk. I'm not gonna lie.
You gonna be the first nigga to call me big?
No, I didn't say. I wasn't gonna say nothing about that. Matter of fact, what I was gonna say. You know what you remind me of, real talk? I had to remind myself when I see you. Everybody got an animal look like. You know what you look like? You look like a bulldog. Like a bulldog. You know them jaws be up there like
a French poodle. You know the one? No, hell no.
All right, so JC.
Hey, talk smile for me real quick.
JC sent through a super chat. It said on a 3-on-3 big man era tournament, Robinson, Ewing, Olajuwon versus Dirk, KG, and Tim Duncan versus Embiid, Joker, and Giannis. What would be the standings, and who's gonna win it all?
They're actually playing 3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah,
KG, Tim Duncan, and Dirk get to be on the same team. Well, KG, Dirk, and Tim win. Patrick Ewing. God damn.
Bro, that got Hakeem and David.
Giannis.
Oh,
I know.
That got Hakeem and David. So not only are they locking up, They giving everybody everything.
The top two is the 2000s and 2020s teams. That's the top two. The 90s team is coming third.
2000s win. 2000s win.
No. David Robinson having his way. So is Hakeem. That's all I know.
Embiid gonna do some unspeakable things. That's all I know.
Because Jokic are probably
Giannis gonna do some unspeakable things. Jokic gonna be out there just throwing passes.
Jokic is guarding Pat. I think Pat's cooking Jokic, but
Ewing,
that's not
efficient
enough.
chucker. No.
I don't think it's enough.
He'll be efficient when he's guarded by Jokic.
Hey, real
Why
talk,
was there no
you wanna keep
2010s teams? Why was there no Boogie Cousins, Mark Gasol, Joakim Noah team?
brother.
I guess
They could put AD on that team. AD, Boogie, and
Hey, real talk. You put it down, right?
Yep, Joking.
Zebo.
You hosted it, right?
Oh no, I'm always.
Oh, you're not.
Ready.
I got them loaded.
I'm always ready. I don't want you to pull up some of your phone.
I pulled up a picture of you.
No, that ain't me. I know that ain't me.
Eddie Win Gaming said, "Is my top 10 cooked? 12 Magic, 11 Bird, 10 KG, 9 KD, 8 Hakeem, 7 Shaq, 6 Steph, 5 Kareem, 4 Kobe, 3 Timmy, 2 Jordan, and 1 Bron."
No, I don't hate it.
No, I think there's like 15 or so guys who have a strong case to be top 10.
I agree.
I always say, as long as you're consistent within your criteria, I don't care really what your top 10 is.
The worst player has a top 10 argument for me. Probably Oscar, Dr. J, maybe. I think KG, but I don't know. I think KG, that's not like a worst, but
yeah, it just doesn't make a difference to me.
Ron, my next agenda I'm pushing, we finna stop acting like in real life we've seen 10 better basketball players than Kevin Durant. That's what that's what we finna stop.
How you gonna be on
that's a good agenda. Yeah, that's a good agenda. That's a good agenda.
Well, since I was 12, since I was 10, I've seen 15 better players than KD. But we don't have time to get
Cash 89.
We don't have time to get into that. Shout out Cash 89 for sending through the super chat. Cash said, "I've been watching every Prime Bron season, and I'm up to 2015. But I agree, 09-10 Bron is slept on." Who's sleeping on 10 Bron though?
A lot of people, when people talk about first thing Cavs Bron, it's like 09 Bron. Oh my god, and it's like 2010 Bron is right there. Like those 2 years were something special.
I mean, in 2010 he was a year older.
Yeah, but it doesn't get the same. It doesn't get the same recognition that 09 Bron gets. I'm on the lookout that I might think that is peak LeBron. I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about. So
I'm not. Yeah, everybody just runs to Miami, and that's like cool and all. Them last years in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't know what I think LeBron's peak is anymore. I'm in purgatory right now, but I think it says a lot that I can pick peaks 9 years apart.
I think that's why the 08 Olympics are the most athletic Olympic team ever. Everybody was at their apex.
Yeah,
like
Wade was hella athletic.
All of them.
Wade was crazy in the 08 Olympics.
Athleticism, obviously, Brian.
Dwight was on that team. Yeah, it was
that team was crazy.
Alan L with the super chat. Alan said, "Free cum bucket." Also, LeBron last year from January to February was better than any stretch from AD last year. Shout out RT.
Beginning of the season, AD for a lot of people. Didn't he have like an 8-game stretch where he was like,
yeah, I mean, but I would say probably the January to February is probably more of a sample size. I mean, you could argue that fairs. I still think just Anthony Davis has been better than LeBron for like 2-3 years.
Not in the playoffs, but regular season, yes. LeBron in the playoffs in the 16 when it all matters. I think still been the best player on that roster.
Arch Diddy said, "Put some respect on Kobe's name. Who was a worse back-to-back team than the 09-10 Lakers? They made it in 08. Name a worse back-to-back team."
The 68 and 69 Celtics. That team was on its last legs. The fact that they managed to win back-to-back championships is ridiculous.
Yeah,
man. You think LeBron better than AD in 23 when we got to the Western
playoffs? Absolutely. The Western Conference Finals, yes.
No, I'm saying that stretch.
Yeah, I think the Memphis Golden State series is, LeBron wasn't scoring at a high volume, but
AD
I think
defensive
AD
masterclasses.
defensively was incredible.
Yeah, I think AD's been better than Bron since 23. I just think this season I'm not very high on what AD did. So, but I've been on the AD's better than Bron train for a couple of seasons.
But I think I guess the last two Nugget series, Bron was better. AD was really good in the second one, especially. But yeah, Bron, I think if you ask me right now, man, like you asked me, you said in the playoffs, like everybody's healthy. I still think LeBron might be a top 7 player, like just engine wise in a playoff setting. If he can like fully, have his energy with him. I just don't think there's a lot of players that are better.
John Cena said, I've been rewatching the Pacers playoff run, but am I the only one who feels like Donovan hijacked the offense and was kind of chucking crazy?
No, you're not the only one who thinks that. That's why I'm not as high on what Donovan Mitchell did in the playoffs this year. I think he took a lot of his teammates out of rhythm with some of the things.
Cavs fans said that too.
A lot of his teammates out of rhythm, but he put up a lot of points and it was relatively efficient. So I'm not going to say he played badly. I'm not saying that, but I don't think it was as good as people say about Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, he was also, at that point dealing with the injured roster. I think he maybe felt like he needed.
He over-indexed. I think he over-indexed. Yeah.
It was the third quarter though of game 2. I think is when some of the media even people said that he was just doing too much, but whatever.
He was still getting busy though, nonetheless.
He was getting busy.
Yeah, he gets credit for what he did. Also,
Nico said, "Who's more dangerous on or off the ball, Steph or Magic?"
Steph.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, I mean, I think even the chat agreed today. This really isn't a conversation anymore. Respectfully.
See, this is where I don't agree when Chill says the gap between the point guards is the biggest, and then I don't agree with Real Talk when he says the same thing in the opposite way. Like, I don't think the gap is that big between them. I don't think the gap is that big.
Sim West 34 said Swiper just said Giannis would never average 30, 13, and 10. Well, we gonna see this year. Joker not the only one. Giannis and Embiid also play ball for money.
I don't think Giannis will ever average 10 assists a game, but that's because I just don't think he's going to touch the ball as much as Jokic does.
This year could be the year, though.
I think Giannis will average, like, if we're going to go
seven, I think 7 is
I think Giannis is going to average like 33, 12, and 8 this year. Like
8 assists? I mean, yeah, maybe possible.
He's going to do all that and become 4th in MVP voting because
he'll finish 3rd like he normally does. I think
Giannis and Luka are my MVP favorites for this year. So we'll see, but they're my MVP favorites. Preseason, I guess.
I think it's gonna be the same top 4s. It usually is minus Tatum.
NY Breezy said, look how Braun lands. He lands downward when he jumps compared to how he used to jump up and going forward and land like outside the line.
I get
he
what
doesn't
he's
have
saying.
as much forward momentum as he used to. That's what he's saying.
Wow.
Another super chat from Ray. Ray said, what's the difference between these two in floor raising, and does it make a difference? Because you are not going to always have an all-time teammate.
I think Magic was a better floor raiser relative to Era.
But I think that's also due a little bit to the play style. I think floor raisers, if you dominate the ball, pretty much make every decision for your team. I think players like that typically are better floor raisers. Steph Curry does depend on teammates to a certain. I mean, he does.
Hunter sent through a super chat and said, "There's a reason he said pre-KD Warriors." Laughing my ass off.
Shout out to the KD Warriors, man, making the finals fair. Shout out to them.
Teddy Hart said, "How do y'all feel about dynastic role players making the Hall of Fame due to team success versus great players leading bad teams who don't have a chance at the Hall of Fame?"
I would need some examples. I mean, you got Bill Russell's teammate, shout out to them. But like outside of like Robert Horry hasn't made the Hall of Fame. Like who are is he talking about like the Manu Ginobili's of the world? Because I feel like they just deserve it. But I might be overrating Manu. So I
mean, at this point, the NBA, well, not even the NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame. I mean, they let any and everybody in at this point, so put them all in there, I guess. It's the weakest Hall of Fame in any sport by far, not even close.
I don't know the other Hall of Fames, but I hear that a lot, so I'm inclined to agree with it. Ron disappeared on us, and I can't read the super chats. So,
brother, what is he doing? Let's see here. Is there any more agendas?
oh, speaking of, because real talk, I watched you on playback. Watch that stupid KD video. Was it you who was watching it, or was it Low who was watching it?
No, that was
Never mind.
I think
It was Low. You guys both fat. Same point applies.
We had a very
Anyway.
good conversation last night on the playback.
About
No,
what?
we didn't. No, that conversation was not good. That conversation was not good.
That was a great conversation.
It was not a good conversation. Shout out to Casual. You know,
Yeah, shout out to Casual. Yeah.
shout out to Casual for sure. Shout out to Casual for sure. Oh, hello.
Gary Singh said, I saw KD get wide open dunks because teams were so terrified about Steph. I agree with Joel. I've never seen a player bend the defenses like Steph.
Them two dunks are doing so much for Steph's PR. It's ridiculous. Shout out to them dunks, man.
Teddy Hart said, here's another $5 so Ron can read my $2 that he keeps skipping.
You better go read that $2 chat.
That's crazy.
He's now sent $7 for that chat to be answered.
Shadsky said, thank you, Real Talk.
What's
That's
the comment?
$2 super chat for you.
What's the
You're
context?
welcome. You're welcome, man.
Context of that?
It don't matter. He said thank you. I'm saying you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for defending number 32 yesterday, Real Talk.
I did not do that, and you will not put that on
You
public
absolutely did,
airwaves.
but it's cool.
I
It's cool.
absolutely did not do such a thing.
Okay.
Benjamin Griffin said, what is the best / favorite comeback in sports history for you guys?
Ooh.
I think Anderson Silva versus Shao Sonnen, am I saying his name right? In their first fight, or Tiger Woods' return to glory in 2019.
I mean, the most iconic is Muhammad Ali. That's the best comeback to the sport ever after 3 years off, and then beating George Foreman, who had a German Shepherd, and all the African people thought those were police dogs because that's exactly what the colonizers used in Africa. And then he whooped him. Ali, Kumbaya. That was the most iconic. But that Tiger Woods, Real Talk, when that man came back and won that Masters in 2019, and you saw going into the 18th hole, 10,000 people behind him marching the green in the red. He had the red polo on. Oh my God.
Very few athletes have had as much aura as Tiger Woods. I'm not
That
gonna
was
lie.
crazy,
That guy
dog.
aura farmed crazy.
I don't think
It was
I've
unbelievable.
ever watched Tiger Woods hit a golf ball. I don't think
That
I've ever watched
was
what? That's the only time I've watched somebody hit a golf ball.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
golf is not something I'm ever gonna watch. Like I could just make that abundance.
That was
I'm
crazy.
never gonna
My
watch
greatest comeback though would be the 28-3. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Oh, I knew that was
in
happening.
that Super Bowl. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was
It
insane.
was
I
5
forgot
minutes
about
left. They
that.
were down
That was
16
crazy.
points. And when he took that sack, Real Talk, I knew it was over. When Matt Ryan took that sack, it was over. It was a wrap. Game was over.
All right, y'all. H-Town T44 became a YouTube member. Shout out to H-Town. Nightmare Baller 1 said everybody was being nasty during this Steph and Magic convo.
I
didn't
barely
feel like I
said
was.
anything. I didn't even make an opinion on the conversation.
Shadsky said Steph is better. He shoots the ball he shoots the ball so well, y'all forgetting about the ball handling. Had a 50-40-90, can finish at the rim with the best of them.
Magic's better at the rim, but yeah, he can do that.
Macho Man 124 said, low-key, I think Jerry West is the best player in the playoffs ever.
I think that title was reserved probably for MJ or Bron or Bill Russell. But
For
Jerry West is up
for
there
the
for sure.
era, I think you could say Jerry West, 70s, Kareem, 80s, Bird, Magic, Jordan, whichever
it's
one.
Magic. It's Magic.
Magic.
For
And
the
then you could say
decade,
90s was Jordan, 2000s was all around, all through the 10 years. No, I'm saying all through the 10 years though. Like who to be for 10 years straight?
Kobe Bryant.
For 10 years? For 10 years? Okay. I mean Shaq. Yeah, Shaq.
He
Shaq,
won
I'm saying
5
Shaq had the
titles
first.
in
I know,
10
but Shaq had no. You're not hearing me. I think Shaq had the first 3 years where he was just the overall best overall player. And then Kobe, I think Dirk, LeBron, but if you want to say Kobe, just whatever.
Duh.
It's not even, it's
I
nothing to
think
think
Dirk
about
from
it.
06 had some really good runs. Yeah, I hear you.
How many did
it's
he
not
go
about
to?
the championship. Jerry only won once in that era. I'm just
but I think Bill Russell was the best
play.
player performer, but you just ignored him.
So that's fair. I think that's Bill Russell, Jerry, all that stuff. 2010s, I think it's clearly LeBron. Like even without
Why is it so hard for you to
Yes,
just say
you
Kobe,
know,
bro?
yeah, for
Why
sure.
is it so
Yes,
hard?
2010s is LeBron, 2020s is who? Jokic?
Probably so far, but SGA could take that if he keeps doing what he's doing. Probably could he win more championships. Yeah.
I think that's fair. 50s is what Michael and them. Shout out to Michael.
Respect the never mind. I'm sorry.
No Longer Gate said, was that one of my worst takes? Draymond is a top 10 two-way player ever, though.
Yeah,
When he said Draymond's a better passer than Magic, that's one of the worst takes ever. Top 10 two-way player? No, he's not.
Cash 89 said, Swiper, do you think if the 12-13 Nuggets with Iggy stayed together, would they make the Western Conference Finals a few years
Is
down
that the Gallinari team?
Yeah, that's when he tore his ACL right before the freaking playoffs, and it decimated their chances. No, because George Karl got filed that year because of a bunch of stuff. And then they had Byron Scott, and Byron Scott was the worst coach that the Nuggets have had since Jeff Bezalek. And most of you have no idea who that is.
No, that's the pre-Melo. That's the pre-Melo years, right?
Oh, that's Melo was there, but then his second year is when George Karl came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Jeff Bezalek coached them horrific teams, and he went down to Air Force and coached. So the Nuggets have had Jeff Bezalek, George Karl, and then they had Byron Scott, and then they had Michael Malone and Adelman. They've only had 5 coaches. Wow, over the last since Melo's rookie season. That's pretty great.
No,
Shout out to Andre Iguodala, one of the more just complete basketball players that we've seen.
I should have asked Penn yesterday if Cam Johnson's better than Iggy.
I'm glad you did.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you didn't.
I wanted to know where the bar was for Cam Johnson.
I don't think you should ask me how I feel. I love Iggy, but I don't think you should ask about 2012-13 Iggy, how people feel about him in Denver.
Oh, because he's a traitor.
That boy absolutely told the Warriors what was happening. Absolutely. Real talk. Absolute verification. He was snitching on the Nuggets. 100% verified.
Damn, Iggy.
100%.
Did y'all not pay him or something? Like snitching? Yeah.
Culture Bandit said, by that definition, if Curry isn't a PG and is a shooting guard, wouldn't that make Magic a point forward?
That's the only argument I was making. Like, it just doesn't make sense to call one a point guard and not the other, in my opinion.
Victory the Great said, chill, stop. West better than the Black Mamba. Let's not start a war. You'll end up winning. Or you won't end up winning.
Actually, to the contrary, for most people, because most of the time people just go to the Basketball Reference and look up numbers. And if enough people go back and be like, oh, I didn't know Jerry West had a playoff run where he averaged 40. I'm telling you, hey, did he shoot? Is that 50% from the field? Oh my God, he's more efficient. As we all know, you know.
I think Jerry West has an argument over Kobe. I don't know the type. I just wouldn't make the argument. I just wouldn't make the argument, but I think he has an argument.
That's the same level
I think
of
he has an
conversation
argument.
with him
I
and
don't know
Kobe.
what to tell you. I think he has an argument over Magic
Same
and them.
thing.
I think he can have an argument over Kobe. I don't agree with the argument, but I think he has an argument.
There shouldn't be a line at the player except for maybe 3 players. I think you can argue he does not have an argument for, personally.
I think a lot of these top 10-ish caliber guys have an argument over each other. Like, that's really what I'm saying.
I agree. I do think that I've said this before too. We got to stop saying stuff like clears and all of that when it comes to like top 15, 20 caliber. Like nobody's clearing anybody. Really.
Oh, Charles Barkley clears Karl Malone personally for many reasons for me. Next.
Yeah, we'll find out this Sunday.
TK knows ball said Magic was a point forward. Steph is a combo guard. Debating who's the better traditional point guard is pointless.
I agree. I think we should just debate who's the better player.
Nico said, I want to know who's the greatest small forward is then.
Kevin Durant.
There you go. Arch Diddler said these LeBron James fans infiltrated the Laker fan base. They wasn't here for the Andrew Goudlock, the Mini Mamba, or Darius Morris. RIP. We was excited for Ramon Sessions.
Yeah, man. Remember those times. Glad we're out of those times, respectfully. So glad we're out of those times.
Hunter sent through a super chat and said, I personally saw Wilt jump into the rim, front flip on the top of the backboard, catch the ball, backflip, dive into the hoop like a swimmer for 2 points.
That's basically how Chill described Kenny Smith's dunk.
Again, this is basketball news. Gilbert Arenas is just got apparently was just he was arrested in a federal indictment, and you can find this on the U.S. Attorney. The U.S. Attorney's Office tweeted this out. Federal indictment today, alleging they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stake poker games were played at Encino Mansions, which Gilbert Arenas owned. Not just anybody. The federal government tweeted this out. Like, this is a massive story.
This just happened?
Yes, literally a few minutes ago.
So Gil cooked. Hey, Gil, man, prayers up for you, Gil.
Prayers up to you. But hey, any Gilbert Arenas fans, if you're looking for some new form of entertainment, click on over to Real Talk EJLTENT. That's my YouTube. You can also find me on Playback. You know, I know they do playback streams sometimes. If they're not live, go over there to Playback. At Playback Real Talk with Real Talk. You can find my room, and you can be entertained there now. Prayers to you, though, Gilbert.
You will have to deal with the occasional defending of guys like number 32. But if you're fine with that,
can you stop saying?
Hey, Ron, if I Real Talk, he feels like a dirty Macker, doesn't he? He feels like it. That's the feeling I get from Real Talk. He be dirty Mac.
I don't know if I get dirty Mac in. I don't know if I get
That's what dirty Mac. That was a dirty Mac just there.
That was a dirty Mac, but
but I wouldn't. No.
Hey, well, Real Talk, you pulling up tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
are you gonna send me the game that we're gonna watch?
Hey, you know, he's not treating you well anyway, Shawty. So might as well just let me,
This is what I'm talking about. Throwback Thursday on Playback. It will be featuring Real Talk, and it will be some more of us up here, and we will be watching a throwback game, courtesy of Real Talk. It was supposed to be Jordan's game, but he never sent it to me. So, hey, Real Talk. You got it.
Yeah, I'll see.
It's gonna be my game. It's gonna be the game I suggested. It's gonna be a good game.
People assume that I've just been watching like terrible Magic Johnson games. By the way, I watched the good ones. Those are the ones I watch.
All right. Teddy Hart said Jeremy Grant, young T-Mac, Darius Miles, same tier athlete as Grant. Grant Hill
is Grant Hill a better athlete than T-Mac?
No, I think so. I'm telling you, what Grant Hill, it was just a strength for me to be able to just go through people, and that's not crazy to say Grant Hill was a better athlete than T-Mac. T-Mac was a great athlete though.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's crazy. I wouldn't say it's crazy, but
man, Mac was moving, bro.
Yeah, I mean Mac was tough. Big Show said, who are the top 5 greatest playmakers outside of the point guard position?
James Harden, LeBron James, Jokic. Anyone going to help me out?
I'm sorry.
I didn't even see the question. What was the question?
Who's the greatest playmakers?
Point guard playmakers. Mars was going off. He said,
I said James Harden, Bron, and Jokic. Larry Bird. So I've got 4.
If we're talking about playmaking, why haven't I heard Luka yet?
Luka's point guard.
Oh, non-point guard. Okay.
I was thinking of a little D Wade, but I don't know how people going.
Well, Jordan, it would be Michael
Did
Jordan.
You say
Michael
Jordan already?
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, that bum. I guess.
Okay.
Michael Jordan. Yeah. Michael Jordan.
All right, y'all. Damu became a YouTube member. Shout out to Damu. Cheese gifted 10 Players Choice membership. So if you are one of the people that Cheese gifted a membership to, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe and thank Cheese because Cheese is like
the people want you to explain that number 32 stuff. Real talk.
I did not defend number 32. We were talking about a situation. Mars named the actual person, and I was throwing out a hypothetical. The hypothetical was crazy. So then I had to end the stream because him saying a direct name. I'm trying to look out for Mars legally, and he throwing it in my face. But it's fine. It's cool though. It's fine. It's no problem.
Shout out anybody who wears number 32, and shout out Jalen Grisham. Jalen Grisham became a YouTube member. Shout out Mondon. Shout out 4K Shane. Grandpa Town became a new YouTube member. Sim West became a new YouTube member. And Stunner 999 sent through a members chat and said KD is greater than Bird.
I got KD over Bird.
Same.
No, he doesn't. I saw his list. Next one.
You did see, man. Yeah, you saw my list. I had KD over Bird.
No, I did not. Wait, Mark, I thought you don't make a list.
I've been making lists for the past 3 weeks. I'm gonna make lists for the next 3 more.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
JC became a YouTube member. Shout out to JC. 2K God said point guard only because position you can be better.
Shannon Sharp got what?
Point guard is the only position you can be better, but not better at the position. That's not true because Chill said that John Havlicek's better than Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's a better small forward. I didn't even want to get into why that doesn't make sense to me. I left it alone, but it doesn't just apply to small forward. It doesn't.
What's happening today?
Guys are losing their jobs. Hey,
Shannon Sharp has been officially let go from ESPN.
Yeah, if you guys don't see me tomorrow,
I kind of knew that was about to happen though.
No, but they had him on leave until the NFL season. So, but
I mean, Shannon good though. He got his own platform. He's doing his thing over there.
Yeah, but he was going to get a 9.
I mean, Shannon. We have a football show on this platform. If you're looking for something
today at 8:30, which we will be talking about Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, and, so there you go. If you're looking for employment,
doing all real talk. I'll leave it here. Doing all that preaching on the podcast. Make sure you follow your advice. That's all I'm saying, bro. We'll get to that then. We'll get to that then.
All that yelling at
Chad. But real talk, no dig. I am but a man. I am but a piece of clay trying to explain other pieces of clay what the potter is like. But I'm just saying.
Nah, yeah. He would be nasty with Chad about that. And
my thing is, y'all, stay out them DMs and stay off them OnlyFans.
Yeah, definitely stay out them.
Hey, stay out of them links in the bios.
Yeah. All right, your whole ID on there in the first place. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy.
How you know?
Yeah, real talk.
You said what now?
Huh?
What? I got a few friends.
Yo. All right, y'all. We got to get up out of here. I got a few more super chats. Antoine El Host Ron said MJ being a points per game leader in his rookie season was crazy. That is wild.
I remember that stream. That stream got crazy views too.
Capo said, I think my Wolves had a worse starting point guard in the playoffs had the worst starting point guard in the playoffs last year. Wanted Lonzo. Damn, Cavs. I think we are a starting caliber point guard away from a title.
I wanted Lonzo to go to the Wolves too. I thought that would have been perfect. But yeah, a point guard is their biggest need, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I really hope Lonzo can stay healthy, man. I just want to see him play.
He better than his brother.
The lookup is crazy. All right, y'all. It's time to get out of here. Masenko says, shout out Thad Young and Jeff Green, some early modern power forwards.
Shout out to Thaddeus Young for sure.
Hey, Dave, if you want, I'm about to call Dave, bro. Real talk, man. I'll see y'all later, bro. I'll see y'all tomorrow, dog. I'm gonna shout out to y'all, bro. Real talk. Hey, man. Player's choice. I'm telling y'all, we on the way up, man. We on the way up, man. Shout out to you, Real Talk. Shout out to you, Mark. Shout out to you, bro.
To the moon.
All right,
bro.
All right, y'all. Last but not least, my man Hanzo sent through a members chat and said this Steph versus Magic debate is pointless because Luka will surpass both. But it's very obvious Steph is better than Tragic.
I don't think that's crazy to say, by the way.
What, Luka?
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy to say Luka will surpass them.
The more and more I think about it, the more and more it's like I want to put Luka on my top 10. Really, for me, because you know how I value accolades, he's an MVP or anything of that caliber away from jumping into that top 10.
Yeah, robbed is the reason he's not in your top 10 is crazy.
Yeah, he should have had an MVP in 23-24, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Also, people do need to understand. Yeah, Luka's been a dominant basketball player now since he was 17. He's been killing grown niggas for forever now. And he's going to continue to do so.
How old is Luka? You 25?
26.
26.
Yo, these next 8 years we're about to get from Luka, especially skinny Luka.
Yeah, Luka been around. Luka been around for a long time already.
He's already got what, five first team All NBAs?
Yeah. Shout out to Luka, man.
All right, y'all. It has been real. It's been fun. We'll be back tomorrow to, well, do what we do best. All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the press box later tonight. We out.
Merry Christmas.
Jeez.
And shout out everybody that wears number 32. That's what Real Talk wanted me to say to y'all.
That's not what